Good evening, hello, and welcome to episode 21 of the Xbox Live Party Podcast. I am your host, Redders TV, and tonight I am being joined by I'm a Ghostbuster. I'm also being joined by TheGinnaGaming. And we have a very special guest on tonight by Scrub Nurse of Good Morning Xbox. Hello, sir. How are you doing?
Hey, how y'all doing? Glad to be here, hanging out with all of you. Yes, afternoon here. Good evening to y'all. The rest of you, let's have some fun, talk some games, have a good time.
It's going to be a good show. So, yeah, let's get into it. What have you guys been playing this week? Ash, you can go first. What have you been up to?
Oh, not much really. Like I say, I finally gave up on my achievement streak that I'd been going for, 558 days straight. I just gave up on it. I got to a point I just didn't want to keep going. It was becoming more of a chore than an enjoyment. So
yeah, that's
I wanted to watch like Stranger Things, and that's took up like 3 of my nights because it's like 500 million hours for one season this season.
Have you finished it yet?
Yeah, I just finished it yesterday. Well, I say that I finished it about 1 o'clock this morning because it took that long to get through. So. But other than that, I've not played a huge amount this week. I've been playing Hot Wheels Unleashed because there's a new racing season. It's a Jurassic World one, so I've been playing like the dailies on that to get all the extra cars.
Yeah.
And I've been playing this little indie horror game called Janitor Bleeds, which is it's like a PS1 style graphics. You're in like an arcade, and there's like this glitch chasing you around. Basically, it's quite good. It's only a couple of hours long. But I quite enjoyed that. And then the main thing, yeah, Janitor Bleeds. But what it is there's an arcade that's called The Janitor, and you play that, and when you do stuff in that, it affects the world outside, like the actual world you're in.
Oh, cool.
So it's one of those like sort of like you have to hide all the time because this glitch gets out of this arcade machine and is basically killing you in this. Chasing you around basically, so it's a lot of hiding and keeping out of the way and finding keys to unlock more doors and stuff. But I love PS1 style graphics and like aesthetics, so I'm all over that at the moment.
Nice.
But the main game is a very long titled one: Blast Brigade versus the Evil Legion of Dr. Creed. So I've done a video review of that on the channel. It's a 2D Metroidvania game basically, but it takes the mess out of like 80s, 90s action films. It's got like really cool sort of like cartoonish graphics, really funny sort of voice acting and stuff like that. I'm not a big Metroidvania fan, but I like the sort of theme of it, like taking the mess out of the action films and the sort of tropes and stuff like that. And I've really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's one of those Metroidvanias I'm actually enjoying and want to keep playing. Basically, normally I give them a go, especially the ones that are on Game Pass, and after about 5 minutes, I've given up. Nice. But this one I've stuck with, and I've been quite enjoying it. I highly recommend it if you're into your Metroidvanias.
Cool. Jenna, you haven't played much this week, have you? You've had a bit of a lazy week.
I've played a few different little games here and there. Yeah.
What have you been up to? Anything exciting?
I had that 24 hours to fill, didn't I? So I managed to chuck quite a few games on during that. I played the Turtles game through in one sitting. That's excellent. Really enjoyed that.
Really good.
Yeah, surprised how good it was actually, because people were raving about it. I was like, I think people are just overselling a little. Although sometimes it was only the 4 of us playing it. When stuff gets a bit manic on the screen, it's easy to lose where you are.
Yeah.
And then I finally noticed where I am, and I'm just stood in the corner punching air, not near anyone. So yeah, that happened more than once. I played a lot of Battle Royale games and shooters and stuff. So Naraka Blade Point, which I know you're not a big fan of, but I'm really enjoying that.
I don't hate it. I wish that it put you in there against players. Like, I think I'm one of those where I like to be thrown in the deep end. I don't want to be playing against bots because that's what ruined Spellbreak for me. I remember playing a few games of that thinking, yeah, I'm doing really fucking well. And then I realised I was playing against bots. And I was like, oh, well, that's just completely fucking killed my love for it. So.
I remember Spellbreak was obvious you were fighting bots because you could hear them shooting at you and you couldn't see them. And then when you jumped on a wall, they were the other side of the wall trying to shoot you. They had no concept of the world around them. They just tried to shoot in straight lines.
Yeah.
This is like Dynasty Warriors meets Assassin's Creed type parkour because you can actually run up cliffs and stuff, whereas most games you play, it's like anything that goes slightly over 45 degrees, like, oh no, you can't walk up that, we'll paint it grey. to show it's unpassable and you've got to walk around. This, you
Like
can
the
climb
Evil
up
Dead.
anything.
My God, we got so frustrated with that playing the Evil Dead. You run up against this wall that's like fucking, I don't know, half a foot tall. Will he jump on it? Will he fuck? You got to go out and around.
We need to play that again. I miss
We
playing
do.
Evil Dead.
People have started to 1K it now, so I'm guessing all the achievements are now working properly again. But yeah.
I wonder if they've started or they've announced when the DLC's coming out, because I got the deluxe edition. I think you did as well.
Yeah.
We're due some juicy DLC now, aren't we? More content, more maps, or
soon,
costumes, characters.
Anyway, we digress. Sorry, Jenna, go on.
It's all right. I played a lot of games, but 2 games that I did play with varying results. I played F1 2021. I'm surprised how much I'm enjoying how that game is fantastic. It's just so good to play. And I played FIFA 22, which is the worst FIFA game I've ever played in my life.
You know what? I deliberately avoided it this year.
It's drivel.
I've
It's
realised
like everyone is running in treacle, and they got the turning circle of an oil tanker, and these are professional footballers who've never touched a ball in their life. So,
Yeah.
and that's when you're playing as a Premiership team. And I started a create your own club down in Division, the National Conference 2 or whatever, and yeah, they just couldn't pass to each other. Like, just couldn't hit a pass to someone 10 yards away. Awful
I
game.
used to play with my buddies for pro clubs, because pro clubs is the only fucking good mode in the game, I think.
Yeah, it's fun.
And I realised that FIFA used to make me angry, like proper angry.
Yes.
I used to get quite bad FPS rage playing Call of Duty, but FIFA would like take it to that level where I wanted to throw controllers. I was like, this isn't fun. This is not fun for me anymore, so I stopped playing it.
It's the only game that's given me rage like that before. Not the new FIFAs, but the old FIFAs did. And they do this thing here where they'll slowly start speeding the game up every few years, and it gets really good. And they're like, oh, we want to make it more realistic. And then they'll start slowing it down to the point where it's not realistic. Premiership footballers are fast. And what I'm watching is just these overweight guys who can barely move. It's like watching Fall Guys try to play football. That's literally how the players move in this new one. They're like, oh, it's ridiculous. So yeah, next year when they announce it, they'll say that, oh, we're making people more realistic, and they'll move like the counterparts. That'll be their thing next year, because what they realised is they've made everyone too fucking slow and fat, and they'll make them skinny and fast again.
We always found
That's it. That's what I've been playing.
We always found that when they would do the demo and stuff, we'd play the demo and it was fucking brilliant and it was right on point. And then they'd release it, and then 3 weeks later it'd be right back to the same state that it was that we hated from the last FIFA. It's almost like they put out like a better demo, and then they just kill it within fucking a week, like a few weeks. They slow everything back down again. It just it's not good, not good at all. But this is the last FIFA, isn't it? This is the last FIFA this year, because next year
there's one more, I think.
License.
23 is the last one.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, they still got the license for 23.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that.
I'm sure they're going to go all out and offer an ultra deluxe one with a golden FIFA League logo on the front,
it's
and a Sepp Blatter picture for an extra $50 and everything. They'll go.
Yeah, but you're going to play it, and it's going to be like the PSV or the PSP versions, where it's the exact same game. They've just changed the title screen, but everything else is exactly the same. I hope they do that. If I was in charge of EA, I would be like, "Nah, we're not even going to try this year. Just change everyone's names, change the numbers." And put it back out. Why would they want to push for it?
Is it going to be like Pro Evo, where they've lost the licenses for the player likenesses as well? Like,
no, they've did a separate. So with FIFA, all that buys you is you can use the World Cup, the Champions League, and a few other things. But all the clubs and the players and everything, their licenses are separate, so they own them through different organisations like FIFA Pro and stuff like that. Right. So they'll still have everything. It's just they can't call their game FIFA. That's
it's called EA Football Club now, isn't it?
You are, sorry?
It's called EA Football Club.
Something like that. That'll be in 24 , yeah.
The dumbest fucking name they could have come up with. What can we call it? It's not FIFA. Let's call it
Soccer Club in the US?
And the last FIFA will probably be worth about £250 or something.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Deluxe edition.
Limited goodbye edition.
We're charging more just to like cover us for the first installments of our new game.
That's it, yeah.
I wonder what's going to happen to the Ultimate Team servers. Will they just shut them down as soon as their new game goes live?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, we want everyone to come over to this new one, so bang, turn all the old ones off, grow all your purchases, start again on Football Club.
They'll make the packs on the new ones super cheap just to encourage people. Get away from this. Get away from this
link your account
stuff.
Link your account, you get one free pack or something like that. That'll be it. Send us a picture of you burning your FIFA copy, and we will give you one free player.
Yeah, I wonder how they'll make that work since they won't have the likenesses anymore. How will you say get a pack from whatever your favorite footballer is on whatever team? That'll be
They
interesting.
should still have the license for the players.
Yeah.
I think
They'll
The
still have
players
the
have to
players
have
and the
it.
clubs. Yeah,
it's just they can't say FIFA and use the FIFA leagues or like the World Cup. I believe. I don't care. To be fair, I'm just going off
Right.
what.
Yeah,
I
they
haven't played
literally.
it since 2014, I think, was the last one. I used to get it every year, just like Madden, and then it's just started getting old.
Yeah.
Every year they would hit the stage at E3 and come out with the same shit. Oh, this year we've got better ball mechanics. Like we've improved the defense like every fucking year without fail, and everyone will still rush out and buy it when it comes out.
This defense is still shit. They just stand off, watch him walk past you. Drives me mad.
LBY, that used to be the golden trick when I was playing. Just fucking lob it down the pitch, guaranteed a goal every fucking
Pro
time.
Evolution 4 on the PS2 is still the greatest football game of all time. Perfect speed, perfect defense and attack mechanics. Yeah, perfect. Or Sega Soccer Slam, one of the two.
Oh, Sega Soccer Slam's good. I like Red Card, where you can like fly and kick people and stuff. And there's one I played. I played it on the channel a bit back for a review. It's just literally just like it plays like an old school like PS1 football game.
I think I've played.
Yeah, I've got that game as well.
Yeah, Super 11 or something like that. Something weird. It's so it plays amazingly. I'm like, this plays like when I was a kid playing like old school football games. You've got like kick, shoot, like pass, shoot, and like volley. That is it. None of this like flick your stick to do like twist your legs and stuff. And all the characters have got stupid, really generic names like Bob Reynolds and stuff like that. Just really generic stuff. They've all got really sort of generic sort of like haircuts and stuff. Oh, yeah. I love it. Honestly, if you like classic football games, play that. Really good.
Yeah. So how much did you raise in the engine? I mean, I've managed to tune in for a few games.
Do you know, I haven't checked the last couple of days, but last time I checked, we'd got with all the gift aid and everything, just over 200 quid.
That's amazing.
So yeah, I should have checked today really as well, but
yeah, the link is still live. As well,
I heard if he makes over 500, he's going to do another 24 hours.
He is.
I'm not. Definitely not.
He loved this one so much. Time. Yeah. He's going to tap into that hot tub ASMR fucking market with his next stream. It's going to be Ginna in a hot tub with a boob tube. Licking a mic for 24 hours.
With a horse mask on.
A hot tub horror stream if I'm doing it. But, yeah.
So, Scrubnurse, what have you been playing this week?
Well, I always go back to my one tried and true, which is Call of Duty. Me and my buddies, ever since college. So I'm a oldie. So I've been playing multiplayer World War II games since Medal of Honor and all that stuff with my friends since college. So at least maybe 2 or 3 times a week we get on there. We play Call of Duty for hours on end and scream at the TV because of skill-based matchmaking. And then
dreadful, isn't it?
Yeah, but I love it. And I mean, even if you look at, the logo, I gotta have a gun in my hand. So that's an AK-74U from Call of Duty. So I still do that religiously. Can't wait for the next one to come out. And hopefully it'll be hopefully it'll be good. It'll be set out for 2 years. They're gonna revamp everything. They'll be on servers separate because I couldn't understand for the life of me how you would get 3 games. You would get 3 games, Modern Warfare, Cold War, and Vanguard, and put them all on the same servers, and then connect Warzone together, and it just makes the game. It has so many problems, so many bugs. When you try to do multiplayer, it's just ridiculous. So hopefully they'll get that fixed. That has me excited for the new one out. Also, Ninja Turtles. I love it. I love it.
It's really good.
I remember when I was a little kid, I got $40 for my birthday and ended up getting, because I had to pay for all my games when I was a little kid, My parents didn't believe in me playing video games, so if I had to buy something or if I wanted something, I had to use my own money. So there was a lot of consoles that were missed in my early years, but I had Ninja Turtles on cartridge. Had to blow in it every other time I stuck it in, but I loved the game. And for what they did for this new one, man, that nostalgia fix is just perfect. It is a little too much if you have more than 4 people. I think 4 people is about the max that should be on there. But yes, you can play up to 6. And I saw a hack how to get one of those diamond achievements where you get 250 hits in a row.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, we
found one of those.
We found the cheese method, didn't we?
We played it.
Fucking
6 of us, and then we got to like one level, and we just started comboing against this wall. We weren't properly looking for it. It just kept going up, so we all literally 6 of us flooded into this little corner, and we're just punching away forever, weren't we?
Fabio was getting Larry, wasn't he? Because he couldn't get it to go up fast enough.
Yeah, and he was under the impression if one of us stopped, it would cancel his combo, even though it didn't.
Yeah.
So we all had to keep going, and with some of us on like 600, and he's like, I can't get my combo up because he just couldn't get in because there was that many of us in the corner, in the gap, because he was just mad. But yeah, it's such a good game. Honestly, it's probably one of my favourite games this year, if not my favourite.
Absolutely.
Really, really good. Really good. If people haven't checked it out, get on Game Pass and try it out.
I went back and watched the 1990s movie, the first one, last night, actually, funny enough. I finished it last night again. It is dated.
I remember seeing that.
Is that the one with the people, but they've got like the robot masks?
Yeah.
Yes.
So good. They're so bad, but so good.
That's what makes them great, though, is the fact that they are so shockingly shit, but they're just fantastic. That is my childhood. I must have watched the third one fucking dozens of times when I was a kid. I never got bored of it. I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, man. I wish that Nickelodeon would do more with it. Could you imagine?
Yeah, they need to fix the rights. That was the main thing why it took so long for the game to come out for a new, because all the rights to it were all jacked up, and because the game kept getting bounced around to who owned it this year versus who owned it last year and stuff. So it looks like the game is set up because you can play through it in one sitting. It looks like it's set up for seasons.
Yeah.
Look, that's what I thought.
Yeah, if you look on the map, you can see there's a lot more to do. And I think on some of the achievements is like complete season 1 or whatever. I don't know, but I played through it with a group of people once with Noof Nukem, and we had a good time. And then I played through it by myself twice, but I'm eventually played through every character at least once. I did get one that was funny too. When I played with Master Splinter, if you defeat the Rat King, you get an achievement. At Splinter beating the Rat King, so that was awesome too. So I played some. I
unlocked that when I was playing through. I was playing as Splinter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know if anyone else got it. I forgot to ask, but it just popped up. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. I've just got all the achievements for it. The worst part of it was grinding the level 10 characters in story mode to every character, because I literally ran the first level fucking must have been a good 100 times. I did it so much.
We do it on like easy mode, though, or you doing it on hard?
No, because I did it in story mode that we did, and I think you put it on hard, didn't you? So I was having to do it on hard.
Yeah.
Every fucking.
The one I think I'm going to struggle is the shredder one at the end.
I did that legit. That's actually not that.
Did you do it?
Yeah, I did that legit. It's all about timing. The most difficult, because like the bit where he's doing like those auras, like the 3 waves.
Yeah.
That's quite easy to avoid if you just double jump. It's when he starts running from side to side. That's where I get fucking hit. But no, I did that legit. I was quite proud of that. And then you went and shit on it by saying you could choose it. Remember that?
Yeah, you can join someone's game in progress just as they beat him, and then just leave and you get the achievement. It's amazing. It's so bad, but not that I would do such a thing.
No,
but...
dirty achievement. Huh?
And the soundtrack, that was another thing about the game. The soundtrack, but my 2 favorite songs. That one when they're in the sky. That what is it? Kiss Your Shell Goodbye. That's perfect 80s rock music right there. Yeah. So I love that one. And I remember the first time I played when you're fighting Shredder, and the rap song comes in. We ain't came to lose, and I was like, "Is that Ghostface? Is that Wu-Tang?" And then when I went and looked it up in in the end credits, and that's Wu-Tang. That's Raekwon and Ghostface Killer. So I was like, man, that's perfect to have these guys on there. Let me see what else I've been playing. I played a little Forza Horizon 5, just a hot second, and then since it's on Game Pass, I did start Far Cry 5.
So that's an amazing game. That's easily the best one by far.
Yeah, there's so many ones. I skipped 4. Last one I played was 3. And there's so many games out. There's beautiful games that get just thrown away to the side because you're trying to keep up, especially when you're doing podcasts and you're trying to keep up with the new stuff. A lot of times you run into that problem where you jump to the newest shiny thing, and you might not ever get a chance to go back to something that you really enjoy. Like, it took me forever on Cyberpunk because I would play for 20 hours, love it, cracked out on it, and then I jump to something else and then come back, something else come back. So that's what I'm really hoping to do, see if I can get down on Far Cry and enjoy that, because the intro, it had me hooked. The immersion, I'm loving it so far.
It's still, everything about 5 was perfect for me. I thought even the soundtrack when they're playing that like heavenly like gospel music and stuff that's on the loading screen is absolutely fucking perfect. And
it kind of reminded me of The Last of Us too, a little bit.
It gets really good, especially the story gets really really good.
So I can't wait. And it looks remarkable on Series X too. So
you can have a 60 FPS mode, but I believe it runs at a much lower resolution. I think it runs at 1080p. If you run it in 60 FPS mode, because it plays at the same graphic settings as the Xbox One S in the 60 FPS mode. But at 60 FPS is better than fucking 30 FPS any day of the week.
Yeah, that's perfect. The only games that I really even wish are 120 right now is you're doing these really high energy FPS shooters, Titanfall, Call of Duty, Halo. Those are the things where if there's a 120 mode, I gotta jump on it that way. But anything else, 60 works. 60 works great.
Yeah, I prefer 60 FPS over 30 for sure. So what have I been playing this week? Shit, I can't remember. I've been playing Smite again, because why the fuck not? Because I seem to live on that game.
That's all you're playing, it?
It is, pretty much. I've been playing Prototype. I've gone back to play the first Prototype game. Really enjoying that again. There's a couple of other things I've played. Oh, Valhalla. I've been playing Dawn of Ragnarok DLC for Valhalla, which is fucking gorgeous. Much better than the France and Paris DLCs. Ireland and Paris DLCs. The Dawn of Ragnarok's absolutely brilliant. Nice. I've been playing that since I'll tell you what. Since we started with this ENEBA partnership, I keep buying games. I spent like 15 quid. I got 5 games the other day, and now I've got all the Metros to complete again. Agents of Mayhem. I've got such a backlog now, and it's only gonna get worse because ENEBA's so fucking cheap. I'm gonna end up
I've just put the link in chat as well. So anyone listening, check out our link in the chat. And also, if you're listening to this later on, or you're listening on the sort of podcasting services, jump on our YouTube or our website, and there's links on there that go straight to it. And if anyone buys any games through ENEBA, it supports the channel.
It's just so cheap.
Yeah, and you get cheap stuff. Like, you can pick up Turtles for £3 on ENEBA. £3 Turtles. I mean, I'm going to buy it just so I've got a copy of it.
Really? Wow.
I mean, there's all sorts. You can get it for different stuff. They're currently running a deal at the moment on PlayStation Plus subscriptions as well. So if you want to save on the new PS Plus subscriptions, because they've got a new PS Plus Ultimate Maximus, does everything, a turtle can package, you can get that cheap on ENEBA as well, basically. So I know a couple of people have been checking that out through the links. So
it's really good.
Definitely
really good.
worth it.
Sorry, Axel, I am leaning quite far back. That's probably why you can't hear me so much. I get a bit comfortable and I end up sitting like miles away from the mic.
Yeah. And anybody who is not in the UK, please check it out and just make sure if you're getting codes, look for the global code.
Yeah.
And it works fine. I got on there, last week, and they had some Xbox Gold. for I don't know, like $6, pretty cheap, and then you can convert that 6 months of gold or 3 months of gold into 50 days of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. So you can just stack those up. So anytime, just look on there. I would look at it each week, and if I don't even try to buy games, at least they have Ultimate, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. I'll look for Live Gold and see what deals they have, and it helps stack, because it does cost more money if you're buying every month. So if you can get those for a lot cheaper and help yourself out, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, 100%.
Long live Argentina.
Yeah, we all go for visits regularly, don't we?
We do.
Fly all the way over there.
I'll
check out consoles, buy some games, then fly back.
Argentina's a wonderful country. Got some amazingly cheap codes.
So does Turkey. Ooh. So does Turkey.
Turkey's another great place.
Yeah. Go via VPN airwaves.
Yeah. We're always in Turkey. We're always in Argentina, just chilling out, buying codes.
Do you know what I'm gutted on? There was a Sonic Origins, and I missed it. It sold out before I could get to it. So I keep looking open, and another one pops up.
Yeah.
So I do not want to pay full price for Sonic Origins. No offense.
I want to get. I think the next thing I'm going to buy is Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning, and I want to get it just so I can fucking complete it.
Slayer.
Yeah, I want to get it just so I can complete it in the 40 hours that it took me, just to brag to fucking Slayer, because he's taken like two years now to complete that game. He's on like part 283 of his Let's Play. I don't get why it's taking him so long. So yeah,
he's being very thorough. He must. I've not watched it.
You must know where every tree is by now in that game. It's got him mapped.
He's named the branches.
Yes.
So long.
His last video was part 143. So check that out if you want.
Of a 40-hour game. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up that. Let's give a shout out to people in chat. Who have we got? We have got Axel here. We've got Thimba. We've got Muppet. We have got Xbot 443. God, I hope I got that number right. I can't. 448. Sorry.
448. Yeah.
We've got our good buddy BMG. Yeah, cheers for tuning in, guys. We're always a pleasure to have you here watching along with us. So, shall we get into some topics?
Nah, let's go.
Should we go home? Just call it good night, everyone.
Show? Okay, sure.
So I don't really know much about this. I mean, Jenna, I know you brought it up originally, but there's been a lot of controversy this past week regarding God of War Ragnarok. Hence the thumbnail for this video. I've just realised that my fucking my OBS has crashed. I don't know if you guys are still there or if.
No, it's all froze.
Jenna, how did you fix your OBS issue when it froze on your stream?
You click not end broadcast. You literally just click stop stream for a couple of seconds and then start stream, and it works again.
And that will cure the freeze, will it?
It was working for me.
Oh, hang on.
It's anti-freeze for OBS.
For some reason, Scrub Nurse is working fine, but
I'm working fine.
Jenna, and me are frozen.
I currently look like I'm looking into someone's soul, and I've got a massive beef with them. Like,
oh my
God,
fucked. I hate this so much. All right, let's see if this works.
If it doesn't, it's just going to kick us off.
It hasn't. It's still frozen. That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's still frozen. It's that spot on American internet. We're probably worse over here, and that's the only reason why it's working for me.
Oh my God! Right, well, you're gonna have to look at the side of my face, Ash's evil death stare, and the Jenna looking bored as shitless. So yeah, Jenna, do you want to take away this God of War news?
God of War's been in the news.
Cool. Good talk. Good talk.
Here we go. No, there's been a few things. There's the one that was my favourite part was Corey Balrog's just been out there winding up fanboys who were trying to slate Starfield, and he's just replying to him like, can't wait to play it, book time off work and stuff like that, which is excellent. But then the downside to the God of War news is that female devs are getting sent dick pics by people demanding to know when the game is going to get released. And also,
that always works. That always works.
I was on the Gamers Initiative podcast on Friday, and we had a conversation about this and how, like, dick pics never worked in any sense of word. But who thought, you know what, I'm going to send a dick pic to this developer, and that's going to make her tell me when this super secret release date for this game is.
Yeah.
Like, he must have thought he had the best.
My dick is
ever.
that magnificent. How could she resist?
That, or it's so bad it's scared her or something. It gave her such a good laugh. She was like, I feel sorry for you. Here's your release date, Pecker boy.
Yeah.
No one thinks yours looks good. Just a heads up. No one. Only you. Only you.
Not unless you put a little hat on it first.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had a few hats for yours.
A very small hat.
Yeah. Your significant other doesn't even want to see it. My wife's like, put that away, please. So these people have no life. Either they thought it was a tremendous troll, or they had nothing else to do. I guess that's the equivalent of putting a paper bag full of shit on somebody's doorstep and hitting the doorbell because they won't give you the date. People just need to calm down. Eventually, this game will come out. And like we were saying before the show started, I mean, Corey even got more guff because he sat there and followed up and said there's so many games to play. And then he had to use the word Xbox, and you can play games on Xbox, and you can play on Switch, and he didn't say PlayStation's the only place you can play, and it's the greatest, the only place to play, and folks went crazy after that. And it's just ridiculous. I think y'all are all up and running now.
I fixed it. I fixed it. I'm not completely thick when it comes to OBS. Yeah, to be fair, actually, it was yours that suggested, like your suggestion that fixed it. Refresh all the windows.
I think I had something like that when I did one of the show live streams, and I just closed it. Just literally did the exact same thing and just went into the option and started it again, and it worked.
I don't even know why it stopped working. We were literally just chatting. I was looking at the screen. I thought, oh fuck, I'm not moving.
This is why Ginna's doing another 24-hour live stream to prevent these things in future.
Did you send a dev from Discord a dick pic and they fixed it for you?
That's what it is. Yeah, I messaged him ASAP. I was like, here, take a look at Little Redders, and they were like, oh, we know how to fix that. And then they told me to refresh the screens. Yeah,
I knew you would get Little Redders round you. Remember?
You did. Yes, you did. Ginna is the only one that's come close to seeing Little Redders.
Dark night. Quick tip for all you aspiring podcasters:
make sure your camera's always turned
recording
off.
room with your camera on. Yeah, make sure your camera's turned off and you don't leave yourself in the recording room and invite people in.
And then go for a bath.
And then go for a bath.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, only the best quality here. XBL.
He said to be in the recording room. He's not even here. Where is he? And then all of a sudden, a naked Redder strolls into view.
No shame in my game.
It's a game.
It's a bit of a shit situation, isn't it, with this God of War stuff? I mean, people getting really uppity and like harassing developers. Like if they release the game now and it's buggy as fuck, they'd get just as much of abuse as what they would if it wasn't ready. So leave them the fuck alone. It'll be ready when it's ready, and stop sending people dick pics expecting release dates in return. It doesn't work that way. Society's never worked in that way. You're just a pervert.
Yeah. It's a form of sexual harassment in it as well. People don't want it.
Yeah.
If it had been me and they'd sent it me, I would have I don't condone doxing, but I would have found out who their parents were and I would have sent it on to them.
Yeah.
And then I would have shamed them publicly on everything. But I'm just me. So
if you are going to go down that route and you want to get your dick all over the internet, start an OnlyFans. Charge people for it. Make a living. Don't fucking send it to random people.
Don't send it for free. Yeah, definitely don't send it for free.
There was I sent a link
to my mate in the last 20 years.
I sent this link to my mates the other day, right? Because there's this couple from the Midlands in the UK, He looks like a massive skaghead, and she is awful looking. And they're making 10 grand a month on OnlyFans. And I was like, it's tempting just to give it a go. If they're making 10 grand a month, You know
what? I have a friend who gave up a career as a carer to pursue because he's a gay guy. He's a fucking absolute sweetheart. He's brilliant, but he gave up a career as a carer to do gay OnlyFans, and he gets to travel the world now. And whenever he goes to a new location, he does a few videos and pics, sells them on OnlyFans, and he gets to move on to the next area. He's just come back from like a 6 week holiday in Mexico. He's been down there having the fucking time of his life. It's crazy. Like, women are making like
be nice
tens of thousands of pounds a month, like doing this shit.
You know, though, like we've said this on the show before. If you could fart into a jar and sell it, you would, and I would. Right, I would. If you could make all that money, I would be eating those beans all day. Honestly, and I don't blame him.
I mean, we were all young once. I mean, I'm sure we've all sent a dick pic before, but to think that I've been doing it for free when I could have been getting tens of thousands of pounds a month.
Yeah, because there's always an audience for something. So I mean,
there's always people pay for those sort of freak shows, Redders. So you're fine.
And there's an alarming fucking audience in Germany that will pay for you to shit on a table. So like, there's a market for everybody.
What are you saying? You do that for free already? Then
I do that for free already. Every family dinner, I'm right on there.
Sell used shoes and used socks.
It was at this moment.
People request, no, can you walk on this with the socks on? I'll pay extra before you send it to me. Like, yeah, all right, why not?
It was at this moment that Scrub Nurse realised that he made the wrong decision to come on this show.
He's taking notes for his future business plans. Like, right, I need socks, shoes, beans.
OnlyFans, beans, take more dick pics. Sell them.
And then get your ENEBA adverts underneath.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Gay cruise to Mexico.
There you go.
That's where the money is, apparently.
Oh, mate, fair play to him. He's living his fucking best life. And you know what? I've got no hate for anybody who does OnlyFans. They've just found a way of getting ahead. Do you know what I mean? Like, in a world where you're like held in place by governments and shit, the fact that they've managed to get ahead, fair play to him. Nothing but respect.
I know I've said this before. If you're subscribed to OnlyFans, there's this thing called Pornhub out there that means that you can kind of cancel your OnlyFans and it's free.
But it's not. Yeah,
give that a try.
But even like Pornhub has like subscription areas where you can subscribe to get their like only one person's content. Not that I know this. Like, this is what I've heard like through the grapevine.
Yeah, that is the funny thing about OnlyFans. I'm glad that people make their money, but anything you can get on OnlyFans, you can get free somewhere. A picture, there are millions of pictures on the internet of probably whatever you're into, and there's probably millions of videos of whatever you're into that you can get for free. But if you want to pay and support, you know, there's a lot of video game guys say, I want to support my devs. Okay, well then I guess that's good too.
Support Jenna on OnlyFans.
There you go.
Talking about supporting on OnlyFans, check out our Patreon. It's £1 a month, and it helps us as well. So
there's no dick pics on there.
There's none of that. But we will be doing more content. We did put a video up last week, which was a sort of best of sort of compilation done by Fabio for our Bethesda Showcase watch along. It's quite funny. He's done a good job of that. It's his first sort of edited video. That was a Patreon exclusive for a week. And there's going to be another exclusive review going up for Patreons, which you get for like 2 weeks in advance of him going up on public on YouTube. So check that out. I'm sure there's links in the description or available somewhere on our website or Twitter. And it's in the description of the YouTube. It's £1 a month, so you can't go you can't go wrong. It's stuff.
This is why I'll never be on Good Morning Xbox, by the way, because that's a family show.
It was very hard not to swear, but I got through it.
Yeah. that was me on Friday, trying not to, like, they were talking about stuff, and I'm like, can't, I'll be on best behaviour. And then they were talking about teabagging, obviously the teabagging scandal of last week. And I was like trying to be really sort of...
I completely forgot about that.
I was trying to be all upbeat and sort of like all professional, and then they're like, we should call them clam slams when it's women doing them. I'm like, right, well, there you go then. I've thrown that out window. I've wasted an entire show behaving myself.
Has been set.
Yeah, it just takes practice. I am a big fan of the cursey words, and especially when I play Call of Duty. So you just learn. It takes a lot of self-control, and usually when I'm playing video games, I have a drink in my hand. So it's a little bit different when it's 8 o'clock in the morning. You're just drinking coffee and not whiskey. So it's good. Almost any other podcast I'm on, I'm usually drinking whiskey and there's some curse words pop out. Yeah,
I can do it. I have done it before. I think it was on Midweek Gaming when the first time Stubbs invited me on. I managed to get through that without swearing. But I think even the first time I came on XBL when I didn't know you guys, we were talking about fucking butt plugs off Wish. I think that's what got me that's what landed me the gig.
That's how we set ourselves apart with Raw. That's it. That's what the show
we just
is.
have a laugh with it. Like,
we shoot the shit as well.
Yeah, I don't like that like structured, politically.
We couldn't get you to do any structuredness, so don't worry about it.
Absolutely not.
Up with that.
We also get off topic and ramble about shit an awful lot, don't we?
Yeah, let's go on to the next topic.
Speaking of topic, I don't care that much. I've even stopped looking for topics for shows. I just turn up. Right. Well,
what are we talking about again? Yeah.
Oh, dick
pics. Always good. Yeah.
Oh no, Ubisoft games. Apparently, okay. We're on the next topic. Here we go. Next topic. You ready?
Let's go.
Is that Shaggy from Scooby Doo?
Yes.
Why not? So yeah, 8 Ubisoft 360 games are to have their servers turned off in September, and I believe that's not including the 3 more that got added to the list. Is that correct? So there's now 12. Is there 11? Ash, can you use some input here? Put Scooby and Shaggy away.
There's 15 now, I think. Let me get the list up. I sent it in a second. Let me get the full thing. We talk that much shit on Discord. It gets lost in our own Discord, basically. So
we should have a separate thread just for topics for the.
Yeah, we should. But
yes.
Oh, you mean like the one I created that you don't post in? Yeah, that one.
So they are shutting down online services for 15 games in September. Now, this in some cases will also render paid DLC unplayable.
Mm-hmm.
So I have got a list of it here. So and I'll go through it quickly, and you can tell me what you think at the end. So Assassin's Creed 2, you're not going to be able to play multiplayer for PC, PS3. Assassin's Creed 3 for PC, basically all consoles. Unable to play multiplayer, and on the PC, on the PC version, you won't be able to access DLC content or download it. So if you haven't got it installed, you're not going to be able to play it. Brotherhood, that's also another Assassin's Creed game. PC version, again, the installation access of DLC will be unavailable, as will multiplayer on PC and console. It's all because it was all linked to that Uplay, and they're now getting rid of that for that Ubisoft Connect. So this is all going to happen again when they get rid of Ubisoft Connect eventually.
I'll tell you what, I fucking hate Ubisoft Connect. I hate it with a passion, and I'll tell you why. Say you're playing a game like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, or any of the last Assassin's Creed, to be fair, Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla. You could be doing something in game, and like you'll get an achievement. It'll say, "Congratulations, achievement unlocked." You press and hold the Xbox button to see what the achievement was. Fucking automatically loads Ubisoft Connect. Takes you out of the game, puts you on Ubisoft Connect, which takes like fucking 30 seconds to load because the app's shit. And that I hate it. I hate it so much. I want that service to go away. It doesn't need to exist.
I don't mind Ubisoft Connect because you get all those extra free costumes and skins and
just put
weapons.
Just put them in the fucking game. You don't need an app for that.
Yeah, yes. It does have. I know in Valhalla, I don't know about the other games, but in Valhalla it has like community goals as well. It's like the community gets so many 100,000 kills or something, which is cool. But yeah, I don't think you need an app. They could do it just per game, and I feel like the only thing that's good about it is it links over multiple games, because there's a couple of games I've played and got the points for that I didn't want any of the items, so I've spent them in Valhalla and got extra stuff in Valhalla because there's so much content added to Valhalla's Connect.
Yeah,
like
it happened when I downloaded Far Cry 5.
Yeah, really cool horse skins and stuff and that. And I was like, I haven't got enough points for these, so
wait, did you say horse skins?
Horse skins.
I thought you said
horse. Like they've got.
I thought you said foreskins.
Like a skeleton. Yeah, they've got a wide variety of them for you to buy. Yeah,
wide variety of foreskins available.
Horse skins, not foreskins.
Yes.
Or
so, getting back to the list before we get really off topic again, Assassin's Creed Liberation on PC. You're not going to be able to download your DLC. Revelations on PS3, Xbox 360. They're getting rid of the multiplayer. Driver San Francisco multiplayer is being disconnected on PS3, Xbox 360, and on PC multiplayer is going down and DLC will be unavailable. Far Cry 3 multiplayer on consoles going down and on PC multiplayer and your DLC is going to be unavailable. Then there's Future Soldier multiplayer will be going offline, and the only way to play the solo campaign will be to set your console offline. So if you want to play Ghost Recon Future Soldier after September, you have to literally switch your Xbox 360 and PS3 offline to play it, because that's just stupid. Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands on PC, multiplayer's being shut off and access to DLC. Rayman Legends, you'll not be able to link your Ubisoft account on console. What a shame. Spy Hunter 5 on PC, you're going to lose access to your DLC. Space Junkies, which is a VR game, that is just getting switched off, so you can't play it on anything on your Vive or your Oculus.
Fucking stupid, isn't it?
Yeah, Splinter Cell Blacklist, PC and Xbox and PS3 multiplayer is being switched off. The multiplayer's only being switched off on PC on the 360 and PS3 version. It says you can't use online features, so that probably includes everything then. And then Zombie U on the Wii U, you'll not be able to link your Ubisoft account in-game. So the 3 people that are still playing Zombie U on the Wii U are going to be really disappointed. Now, remastered versions of Far Cry 3 and Assassin's Creed 3 are not affected by this. Probably one of the reasons their original games are, and they did this similarly last year, where they shut down a load of games as well, such as Rainbow Six Vegas, Vegas 2, and stuff like that. So it's not the first time they've done it, but the fact that they are literally kicking you out of your paid DLC on PC is a joke. Like that, there's no excuse for that. Unlock it for everyone, even just let everyone have it, so they can everyone can access it, or don't block it like you are doing. Do you know what I mean? Right. So
it's a dirty practice, isn't it? I don't like it. I don't like it when it starts turning shit off. There's no reason to turn it off. I suppose they're not making enough money off it. That's probably why they're shutting it down. Could I just point out? I need to say this before we move on. Muppet is currently walking to Tesco's with his Xbox headset on just to listen to the show. What a fucking legend he is.
Legend,
absolute legend. And then he sent me a picture on Twitter with him walking to Tesco's with his headset on. Fuck it, what an absolute legend.
Was his dick out in that as well?
No, it wasn't.
No, it is like
Muppet, hit me up with the dick pic. Hit me up with the dick pic and I'll give you a random release date. Go on.
He's going to do that now.
Pressure Washing Simulator is coming to... Well, it's called Power Wash Simulator. It's coming to Game Pass, yes.
We'll talk about all the Game Pass games soon that are coming, because there's been loads of news today.
Yes.
With Game of the Year editions and everything. So I can't wait to get into that. But yeah, what do you guys think about that Ubisoft thing? Because, like I say, I understand them shutting the servers down. I get it if they're dead. Why they can't just switch it to a hoster, like the player hosts? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, so at least even if you want to play, it won't be amazing, but it's still there and it's available.
I suppose it takes work though, doesn't it?
This is Ubisoft. I mean,
they don't put effort into their fucking new games, let alone their old games.
I mean, to be fair, right, we were moaning about that Battle Royale last week. Well, they've got a good reason for shutting their game down because they've now not Outbreak.
They've been bought up by
the wizard one that's they've been bought by Bethesda, haven't they? So Spellbreak, that's it. Yeah,
they've been they've been bought by World of Warcraft, haven't they?
That's it, Blizzard. Not Bethesda, Blizzard.
Yeah,
that's what I meant. They're going to work on WoW, so they're just like, yeah, fuck that game. We don't need it anymore.
They're going to use them to work on WoW PvP.
I was really hopeful when I started reading the article, like, oh, they've bought them, they're going to save them. So, no, we've bought them so they can work on WoW shit. So
in the WoW mine.
It's time we got a World of Warcraft 2, don't you think? It's like we need a World of Warcraft 2.
I don't think they need a World of Warcraft 2. I think they should have a spin-off. Like, don't call it 2. Because 2, in my opinion, kills off the original, and there's no need to the...
Yeah, it should. I would like to see... I'll tell you what...
It's been out for so long.
I'll tell you what I want to see, yeah? They get given an ultimatum. Azeroth is going to die. There's nothing they can do to save it. They have to get onto this fucking, I don't know, floating warship and try their luck at a new world. And then, boom, Azeroth is gone. Absolutely fucking ruined. World of Warcraft 2. You get to carry over all the same races... And now you get to choose one of the new races of the new world. Why can't they do that?
If Fortnite can do it, if Destiny can do it.
New graphics engine, new fucking characters.
They might do one day. I feel like eventually they will do that with these games. There's got to be that point. But I like Guild Wars didn't do that. Guild Wars just went as number 2.
Yeah, but they do that. Like there's no reason why they can't do that. The World of Warcraft could go anywhere it fucking wanted to. Like they've proved that with Outland, fucking Northrend. Is it called Northrend? Fuck, I haven't played WoW in so long. I can't remember.
Why do they need to bring a new game out when they can just bring out an expansion where you can turn your friends into dragons and ride them?
Because World of Warcraft has been around since 2005, 2006. Kill the fucking game. Make a new world. World of Warcraft 2. New graphics engine, new classes, new races.
Yeah, but that costs a lot of money, whereas they're using the same graphics engine. Though.
But it would bring all of the old...
I'm not saying they don't.
It would bring all of the old World of Warcraft players back because they'll want to play the sequel.
It wouldn't, though, because there's those people that have, like, potato PCs that can still run WoW, and if you make it super nice... They're not going to join in, and they're going to feel sad. And
of course they will, because World of Warcraft is a fucking anomaly. Like, it's one of those games that is easily one of the best games of all time. They could easily kill off World of Warcraft and have a World of Warcraft 2 on a new world, new races, new classes, and you get to carry over your legacy characters if you really want to. There's no reason why they can't do that.
If you force people to upgrade, there'll be 15 people that will yell that they won't, and then the other 100,000 million will transfer. Just like the games we're talking about that they're cutting the servers.
Absolutely.
The only reason why they're still playing those games on those servers is because the servers are still alive.
Yeah.
Eventually, when games are just made for the current gen and they start cutting off Xbox One ecosystem, people will just go, oh, I guess I gotta go buy. Same thing with the CRTVs and going to HD. Everybody, I can't believe it. I just bought this TV 15 years ago. Now you telling me I have to get a new one? And then what did everybody do? Everybody saw what 4K looked like, or at least 1080p, and they all bought TVs. Every single one of them, except your like 90-year-old grandpa. And even then, he got a new TV. Some of his family members bought him one just so he could watch, I don't know, Family Feud. So they will do it. It's just always the minority that will yell the loudest and fight. But if you can put World of Warcraft and put that on a platform and give it better graphics, give it better as far as the servers, the connectivity to work better, it's going to make the game play better for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you can do like FIFA and Madden, and you took a character from college football and then moved it over to Madden football, and it's the same player, the same specs, all is different statistics for each year, the same look. If they can do it, I don't see why World of Warcraft can't do it.
You got to think though, with WoW, they have the legacy servers still. They've literally released all these legacy servers because people weren't playing the game. They were setting up private servers so they could play that very old version of WoW. So clearly people want the classic stuff.
Here's an idea. World of Diablo. I'd fucking buy it.
Diablo.
Yeah, World of Diablo.
World of StarCraft. That's the next one.
Fuck StarCraft.
World of Peppa Pig. So
that's it.
There's already a Peppa Pig world. You've been there.
Fantastic place. Highly recommend.
They want to sponsor us. They know where we are.
I'll tell you what, I haven't played World of Warcraft in fucking 4 or 5 years. I would happily go back if they made a World of Warcraft 2. 100%.
I'd happily go back if it was a different game.
Yeah.
So you're not going back. You're going to the new game. It's not that you're not going back. You're going to something new.
The franchise, if it was a new game. I'm tired of expansions.
World of Warcraft Racing. That's
World of Warcraft expansions are just reskins of fucking previous expansions. That's what I don't like about it. All the mobs all look the fucking same. They're just like different color variations. I want like new content.
I quite like WoW. I don't play it, but when I do dabble in it for like a month at a time, I quite enjoy my time in it. And
fantastic.
I like old school MMOs. They don't make them anymore like that.
I'll tell you what ruined WoW for me. Fucking looking for group. Never should have been added. WoW died when they added looking for group. Because back in the day, if you wanted to do a raid, you had to join a guild. To join a guild, you had to be fucking sociable and like interact with people. It made communities. Then they added fucking looking for group. Anybody could get into a raid. You didn't need to speak to people. It just became, and everybody suddenly became fucking WoW elite. Like, who knows how to play.
Accessibility ruining our games.
Fuck accessibility. They don't need to have looking for group. They just didn't need it.
Yeah, you're one of those people that don't like people having easy options in games, aren't you, Redders? You want hard mode only.
I want a fucking 40-man raid that I have to speak to and communicate with people on my server to get into. That's what I want. I don't want just to play with. I don't want to just play with fucking Bob from Dudley. Like, just down the road.
On legacy servers, because
that's what ruined it for me. What ruined WoW for me is I wanted to have a life, so that's why I never touched the game. I had friends who played it, and they would never leave their room.
11 years I put into that game.
Yeah, or they would go, all right, everybody, we're meeting at the bar, pub, whatever, and we're gonna have some drinks, have a good time. Oh man, I can't do that. Our raid today is for 8, and I gotta be there. We've been planning it for the whole week, and
it was so good though.
Yeah, and then when they miss out, and then they wonder why. Oh, you saw such and such, or how did you meet this girl? And, because we left the house, and
I'll tell you what, you're not a true gamer. I had 3
friends like that.
If you haven't sat in a 3-hour raid arguing over fucking DK points.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't do it. I was like, I can't do it. I'll get sucked in. I can't do it.
I loved it. Absolutely loved World of Warcraft.
I love MMOs. I just don't have the time to put into them anymore. Like I say, I'd love to get back into an MMO.
I keep thinking about trying the Elder Scrolls Online, but I know it's a rabbit hole I'm going to fall into.
I like the Elder Scrolls. Like, it doesn't feel like an MMO though. It just feels like a more accessible Skyrim, but with more people. Do you know what I mean? Other people around and stuff. It's nice. It looks fantastic though. But
I met so many really cool people playing World of Warcraft. But yeah, looking for a group absolutely fucking killed it. He didn't killed any sense of community.
I should go back to Star Trek Online. I got I think he sent me a lifetime sub. I get like free money every month. I've got like 5 years of unclaimed money in it. I can literally buy everything in the paid store. It's going to be amazing.
I did my longest ever gaming stint on World of Warcraft. It must have been like 72, 73 hours I was awake playing World of Warcraft. Literally,
it's worse than you, Gina.
Literally fueled. I was fueled on fucking Pro Plus and energy drinks. I'm amazed my fucking heart didn't stop.
Nerd.
I remember like at the end of Leroy Jenkins, fucking legendary, mate. Absolutely legendary. Jesus.
Leroy Jenkins was funny. I'll give you that. I made a living off it as well.
By the end of that stint, I was literally sitting here shaking like a shitting dog. I couldn't stop shaking on energy drinks and Pro Plus. It was horrendous. I wouldn't recommend it. That was like the last time I ever did a really long gaming stint. That's why I can't do 24 hours now. I just wouldn't make it through it. I get to 1 o'clock, I'm like, fuck me, I'm 36. I'm going to go to bed. I'm tired. I'm past that life. But yeah. I can't remember what the fucking topic was. What was the topic? Ubisoft servers shutting down.
Ubisoft shutting down the servers. Yeah.
How did we get to World of Warcraft?
Outrage.
Outrage, obviously, that's it.
How did we get to World of Warcraft, though? Oh, Spellbreak.
Yeah.
My whole thing about it, I don't care. No, I'm not going to say I don't care. These games have been played to death by all the people who have loved it and moved on, and then the people who love it and they've been continue to play it for this long. It's okay to kill these servers. The big problem I have with it is you take away the DLC.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, if you paid for the DLC, you still have, and some games also, as long as you still have it downloaded, you still have it on your Xbox. Of course, if you take it off your Xbox, then yeah, that might be a problem. But as long as you still have it downloaded, you pay for it. There should be no way that's linked together. But yes, like you said, Ubisoft has switched their stuff up. It is Uplay had its problems. Now Connect, like I said, I started up Far Cry, and for like the first 5 minutes of me playing the game, new shirt, new hat, new this skin, new this, and yes, it's nice to have. And anytime you play any of those games, it's good that you can get stuff that you have from it. But that's the problem when you link stuff. Like I was complaining with Call of Duty, when you're linking, going from game to game to game, eventually at some point you're going to get new servers. You got to let go of old servers. All that connectivity is just going to mess you up in the future. It's a great idea starting out, but eventually the stuff's going to get old, and then if you have to part ways with it, it just becomes a big mess. It's almost like trying to have a divorce and divvy up, all the stuff. Who gets what? Who gets the TV? Who gets the brand new car and all? It's just a mess. So some certain stuff, I don't think it should be linked, but those servers and those games have had a great run. I don't see the problem with them taken away, but there's no way they should be doing the DLC like that. That is just a extremely bad look.
I always hated that about Destiny 2. When they added add-ons for that or the expansions for that, they lock out the old expansions. Like, what the fuck's that about? If you've asked people to buy it, why the fuck are you removing it when the game's still live?
I don't mind with MMOs and stuff if like they change some of the areas and stuff and they have to remove odd little bits, or extra stuff they've added as free gets removed later on. But Destiny, they literally remove full DLCs that you've had to pay full price for if you bought them at launch, and there's no reason to remove them. They could put them in like especially with MMOs, you could literally just put like a teleporter in Destiny and say that goes to that area, or legacy content that you don't get XP for playing it, but it's still there. You still got access. I think that's weird where they literally do it every year, but people keep paying for it. That baffles me.
It's disgusting practice. I think once you buy it, you should have access to it regardless of what happens to the game. Like, you shouldn't be removing it. That's fucking ridiculous. That's like let's go back to World of Warcraft, because that's an easy example. But say when Wrath of the Lich King came out, they removed the Burning Crusade. People would be fucking livid. I don't understand why they would do that. I just don't get it.
I wonder what will happen along the same lines. Like with Fortnite, they've got a lot of Marvel and DC characters, and one's based on games. And they've probably paid a license fee to have those in for so many years. What happens when those expire and they decide not to renew them? Will they block people's access to those skins they already got? Will they have to take them out like they do when they GTA 4? Wasn't it? They had to remove loads of the songs. They patched the game to take the songs out because it expired. I wonder if that'll happen. If that game ever gets turned offline, I'm losing a lot of cool shit.
Fortnite?
Bigger fool for you for buying it.
The skins for Chun-Li and Blanca in that game are better than any Capcom has ever made. Like, they look better in that game than any Street Fighter game. They're incredible.
I think like we're in the age where these licenses need to be signed. They need to get a better licensing to deal with online. Like, I understand, like, when Assassin's Creed 2 came out, Xbox Live wasn't the juggernaut. Like, the online gaming wasn't the thing, and with modern Forza games and stuff, music licensing wasn't the big issue. With like you didn't have online, so it wasn't still active, and that was it. But now with all these like massively multiplayer online games and massively multiplayer sort of racing, like Forza Horizon, what they're going to do. They're just going to shut it off. I don't see the point. Why not just get a better license? Like, music companies are probably just as much to blame for this, probably having shocking terms, but maybe it should just be a set fee for a set game, no matter how long that game's out. Obviously, if you remaster it or something, or re-release it, then you have to pay again. But for that core game, why is it on like a ticking time bomb? Like, it's in the game. Why do you have a time limit on an audio? It baffles me. But I'm not a legal person, and I'm sure someone will tell me off in the chat. But for me, surely they could write better contracts for stuff like that. I understand shutting servers down for multiplayer if they're dead. I don't think multiplayer-only games should be shut down. I think they should shut their dedicated servers and just allow them for peer-to-peer. But I feel like you're mis-selling a game there if you're going to pull the whole game away from them. But I don't mind, or at least allow you to play offline with bots. That's fine by me. I'm all right with that. They did that with that Shadowrun game.
It's then adding it though, isn't it? That's the problem. They have to go back and add that to the game. That's not something.
We're in an age now. You can forgive the first wave up to a point, but we're at that age now where this happens all the time. Like, there's games shutting down 6 months after release, if not less. They shouldn't be allowed to release on these stores. Like Steam should have it. It should be part of the thing. If they're going to slap them for all these other things, make sure they have to have these things for their multiplayer. Like Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, Stadia, all these things should be like, if you're going to sell a multiplayer game, you've got to either support that multiplayer server for the life of the console, or patch in a peer-to-peer or offline-only version if you switch it off.
It always annoyed me that they turned off the Skate servers, because a lot of people still play that game even now. I mean, I go back to Skate 3 every now and again, but they closed all the Skate servers 1, 2, and I think 1 and 2 are offline now. I don't think you can play them.
Yeah, 3's still going. They keep pumping 3 content. They're always on sale, aren't they?
I don't get why they turn them off, because people still go back and play those games, and they got a new Skate coming. It just seems silly to turn them off.
I was at my brother's yesterday, and he turned Rock Band on for my daughter, and it had the equivalent of a battle pass on in the corner.
Yes,
Challenge for the week, and I was like, "What? I thought this game would have been dead by now, but it has like a battle pass."
Yeah, they still do content for game. Rock Band is still going strong. It's got
They're
like a hardcore fan base at the moment.
Like 30s and 40s of like battle passes and DLCs. You just don't know about it because it's not advertised. But it's
blew my mind.
I think that's the only way to keep it going, because you run out of whatever license for the songs you had originally. So they have to keep coming out with new stuff so they can keep it going. Yeah.
But I think that's the way to do it. Like, keep adding add battle passes to these games, because at least then people are going to go back just to play the battle passes. It's like achievements. Like, if they kept adding like time, I mean, I know it costs them like so much money, doesn't it, to make iterations of their game, like version upgrades to their games and stuff. Maybe that's why they don't do it. At least they used to. I think it's like $25,000 or $25,000 to upgrade a game to another patch or some shit like that. At least it used to be that way. I don't know
they've changed that now. It's not as bad.
That's probably
you just
why
have
they
to pay
don't
like
do it.
I think it's probably like £100 fee or something now, something silly.
Right.
But I like what Guitar Hero did. The last Guitar Hero till they killed it, which was annoying because it was like half the advertised songs got locked away. They had like a mode which was like a music channel, and it would add new songs, and you would watch the music video but play along on the guitar. Like it had the thing along the bottom, which was great, and they advertised all that. But then they shut that down after like 6 months of release. So the game itself is half. You're only really getting half a Guitar Hero game if you buy that now, which is crazy when you think about it.
Just keep it going. Keep adding like little bits of content. You don't need to release massive fucking DLCs or anything like that. Just little, like, even if it's like a little achievement, like 2 little achievements, like 50 gamer score or some shit like that. Just little incentives to keep people going back and playing it. People will go back and play it. That's the thing. So I don't understand why they decide just to say, you know what, fuck it, we're just gonna cut it off. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, like I despise loot boxes. Microtransactions, they're all right if they're not overpriced. Whereas battle passes, I get right behind them.
I'm all for battle passes.
As someone who's always hated paying extra for games and is used to just buying a game and expecting it to have stuff, battle passes is one of the good things that's come out the last decade that I'm like, actually, that's pretty cool, and it keeps games going. Whereas when they just shoved loot boxes in, like, oh, we got new stuff, but you have to find it like in a Kinder egg. It's like, no, that's bullshit. That's just robbing money off people on chance. Like, that's gambling. But battle passes, you know what you're getting, and you know what the grind is and what the effort you have to put in to unlock that content is. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it. I love battle passes. I think they're great if they're done properly.
Yeah.
Like I'm at that point now where I fucking hate Smite. I love the game, but I fucking hate Smite. But every time they release a new battle pass, I'll always buy it just because I want to complete it. I want to get those skins. I mean, every game, I would much rather they took out loot boxes and have a battle pass. There's no reason why FIFA Ultimate Team can't have a battle pass. Like, why does it need fucking loot boxes? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. We consider how long a season is. Yeah, I know. But if you consider how long a season is in football, they could do that monthly. Say they 12 months, charge $8.99 a month for the battle pass. You can unlock a gold player at the end of it, like a high rated gold player. They could do that every month for the year. That's 120 quid an extra a year because people will buy it.
That is a great idea, and EA are one day going to realise they can do this, but it's going to be $16.99 a month, not $8.99, and people are going to buy it in their droves.
Well, they will, though. That's just it. They will. Like, if you give people a battle pass, I reckon they're going to have more incentive to buy those battle passes than they will be to buy packs. Like, especially people that are just starting out playing like FIFA and stuff. Pyromad, we got some new people in chat, so I've just noticed. We've got Pyromad, we've got Toolman55, we've got 1080p Dragon, he's in the chat tonight. Big thank you for dropping by, guys. And 1080, so yeah, I can never get this right. My vision's fucking terrible. I always see it as 1080p Dragons TV.
You don't see it 1080p though, you're more 480, aren't you? I'm
fucking less than that, mate. I'm like fucking 160. My vision is horrendous. I find it really difficult to reach out. But yeah, thanks for dropping by, guys, and showing your support. We really do appreciate you guys being here. Yeah, sorry, what were we talking about? I can't remember. FIFA.
Let's go to the next topic.
How did we get to FIFA?
You start.
Let's go
back to FIFA.
We don't know how we got here, but let's just go to the next topic and see where we
end up. I don't know what the next topic is. Help me out. You're supposed to be my co-hosts. What's the next topic? Jenna, you take it away.
I already did the God of War one.
Ash, you do it. Go on, chop.
What are we talking about? Sorry.
The next topic.
Someone's mouthing it, but it was on Twitter because I shared something about Amico yesterday, and I just...
Oh, you and that fucking Amico.
No, I'd literally said, because this is... I'm just going to fucking delete him. It's fucking Dreadpool. I don't give a shit who fucking Dreadpool is. Fuck Dreadpool. Fucking they abandoned the trademark, but apparently they've updated it. So, mate, but I retweeted something Thimber sent me saying it had been abandoned, and they're like, do some research. It's been reapplied for. I'm like, why the fuck would I do that? I got better things to do in my day than
every time you're talking about
US Patent Office for Amico.
Every time you're talking about the Amico or the Evercade, it's usually because you're in an argument with somebody over the Amico or the Evercade.
You know what? I don't even give a shit that much, but people fucking
amazing. All right, let me try and find another topic. Hang on. Knights producer photoshops co-creator out of the anniversary photo.
That's amazing. That I saw that. Like the co-creator of Knights and the creator, he shared a picture of it on Twitter, and he's literally not even photoshopped about. Well, he's just like covered him in like a black outline.
Oh, no.
It's amazing. The fact there's clearly some beef there, and the fact that they both made that classic Balan Wonderland
great
as
game.
Well. But to be fair, if you read that article though about that guy, let me just get it up in front of me because he sounds like a massive dick. Like he literally. So this is about Yuji Naka, and basically he's cropped out the other guy from. He worked at Sega with him and stuff like that, and he put this tweet up saying happy birthday Knights 26 years ago with the worst crop ever. Like he didn't even crop him, he just like covered him up of I'm trying to think of his other name. What is it? Shima.
Stalin knew how to Photoshop people out of photos back in World War II.
I know. I don't think he's trying to Photoshop him out. I think he's just sort of like trying to like, you're dead to me. Naoto Oshima, he basically killed him off basically out of this picture. But in this article, which was on Metro, basically it just tells you how this guy, this Yuji Naka, is just a massive dick. And like there was one day they were working on Sonic, and he goes to this studio, and they're an American studio, a Sega of America sort of studio, and they're going for this visit around the studio, and he thinks they all speak American, don't speak Japanese, and he's walking around going like, yeah, we're going to, as soon as they finish developing this game, we're going to shut this studio down, fire them all, and we'll keep one member of staff on. We'll take one who can use their engine so he can integrate with us so we can use it for Sonic. And obviously there's someone sat there, some dev on this team, like speaks perfect Japanese, and he's like, what the fuck? So he sounds like a massive knob. Yeah. He's fallen out with his co-creator of these games, and but it's just funny that how blatantly it is that he's just sort of like sticking the middle finger up at him, basically. But apparently this guy, the only thing he does now is he's the sole employee of ProPay, an independent studio that he founded in 2006 that released a free-to-play mobile game called Shot 2048. So like, he hasn't done much after Balan Wonderland or Wonderworld, or whatever it's called.
You rave about it, Ginna, don't you? You love it.
Oh, my kids love it. They think it's the funniest game they've ever played. Like, they just... It's not designed for us. The problem is, like, the reviewers absolutely rip the shit into it. But if you give the game to kids, they fucking love it. They think it's just the best thing. It's so bizarre and over the top, and just, like... Just weird shit happens, and it breaks into a big musical moment, and you're like, I don't get this. And the way the world moves... It gives you motion sickness as an adult trying to play it. The kids play it. They love it. They think it's the funniest thing ever.
I'm going to go off topic again here, but if you like,
no.
Here's a thought, right? If you think about all the classics that we were playing as kids growing up, if they were to release that now, say we had no knowledge of them, from back in the day, and they released it. Say they released Super Mario 3. Or the original Super Mario, and people picked that up today. What do you think people would say of it? Do you think it would still be held in such high regard, or do you think it would just get absolutely shit on?
It would work, I think.
You reckon?
And the only reason why I say that, look how many side-scrolling games come out every month, every year, and some of these... Look, I mean, we see new games now, and we call, this Metrovania-style game.
Yeah.
Yeah, this new side scroller. Look how many new side scroller games that are coming out that haven't made it yet that are in 8-bit or 16-bit, and they're winning all these awards. I think if Super Mario Brothers came out now,
same graphics,
I think it's still,
no new graphics,
same graphics,
same
graphics.
That gameplay is ageless though, or timeless.
Yes, it will still work. I do believe it'll still work because folks will be like, "Oh, it's nostalgia." And they would jump right back on it.
I don't think people would.
As long as
I think a lot of
gameplay is king with games. There's a lot of games that you will still play if the gameplay is good, if the mechanics are good, it'll still work. I remember on 360, me and my friends would go and play through Doom 4-player co-op. For what? It looked hideous, but you had fun jumping over lava, ducking, dodging these. Yeah. Horned enemies coming at you. You're shooting stuff, blowing up, all pixelated, and we still played it and had a ball. So I think if you do it right, it'll still work.
I think that's the problem with games like GoldenEye. Everybody's like jumping at the bit for this GoldenEye remake. It will never capture the same. It will never capture that same feeling as what it had back on the N64. Do you know what I mean? It just
shooters are different.
It's going to handle like shit.
Yeah,
shooters are different.
Were not good back then. They were good for the time because that was all you had.
GoldenEye was fucking amazing on the N64.
You play that now and you realise how bad it was. The controls were awful. You just put up with it back then because there was nothing else. I mean, that whole little knob in the middle, you had to hold you like that because the N64 pad was awful.
I thought the N64 pad was so fucking good. I had such a good time on that pad. I don't know why everyone hated it. I love that whole... Because it reminds me of it's like a backwards Xbox controller, isn't it? That's what I liked about it. I fucking love the N64 pad. Everyone hates it. I thought it was great.
I played Time Splitters.
Have you not seen the GameCube controller? Fuck me, that's horrendous.
Oh, yeah.
GameCube controller is a thing of beauty.
It's horrendous.
It's amazing to use. It just looks a fucking joke.
Yeah.
And some of the buttons are ridiculous on there.
Any game can be made well as long as the controls and the gameplay are done. Because I played many games with a joystick and one button. There was one freaking button. It was just a joystick with the Atari.
Pong.
Yeah. ColecoVision had you had your little spinning top. And it was like, what is this? That was your controller. And in television as well. So if you can do that and have fun and make it right, you can do it with games. Just you have to have the controls right. Like I said, like everybody said with GoldenEye. GoldenEye is not what you remember, because once you try to put those controls in, if they come out with the new GoldenEye, the controls have to be different. Especially with all the freaking first-person games out there. Folks are going to be so used to this way now. To go back, it's just going to destroy it.
It always makes me think, because like people keep saying, "Oh, we want a new Time Splitters. Oh, we want a new GoldenEye." It wouldn't capture the same magic that the originals had. There's a reason why they were special, and they can't replicate that. It's not something that can be replicated. Like, there's nothing better than 4-player GoldenEye when you got your mates around, all 4 of you all plugged into one fucking console. There was something magical about that. I just don't think they'd be able to capture it.
I played 2 the other day because I've got it on the Series X, but the controls are the same they were before. So even though they had 2 thumbsticks, it doesn't work like a modern shooter. It's hard to explain. So it took me about 5 minutes of playing to get used to it. But then after that, you just kind of settle into that's how it works, and you just run around doing headshots on everyone within a few minutes. I imagine it'd be the same for if they did GoldenEye, where you used the buttons to move and you had to use the left thumbstick to aim, like you had to on the N64 pad. Everyone would be like, "Oh my god, this is awful," for a few minutes, and then it would just become second nature to you until you switch back to another shooter, and then you start pressing buttons instead of walking. And it was like
I do that a lot. I do that when switching from new Assassin's Creed to old Assassin's Creed. I went back and played the Ezio collection. Fuck me, I didn't know what I was doing. I used to play those games religiously. I should know how Assassin's Creed works. But then I played Valhalla, and like, all of a sudden I'm wondering why I can't run properly or run straight. It just doesn't work for me. Like I think they struggle to recapture that magic from games growing up. I think people hang on to that too much, I think.
And you can do though modern retro turtle shows.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
can make a retro-esque game
Streets
that
of Rage
plays
4,
with a modern
fucking
feel.
amazing.
Yeah, Streets of Rage 4 is a fantastic Streets of Rage game that has all of the tropes of Streets of Rage, but it looks and runs amazing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of games that they fail.
Yeah.
They either try and change everything, which then you lose the essence of the original, or they keep it rooted in the past and it plays like garbage, like it used to. But we're used to a better standard of game, unfortunately, nowadays. And I'm not saying the games back then were bad, but they were limited to their systems and their sort of specs. Whereas nowadays, you don't have to be that limited, but you can still make a game that's retro themed and retro style, but give it the love and attention and TLC that modern consoles can give them, basically. Like 4K resolution and 60 FPS solid or 120 FPS solid, 6-player online gaming and stuff like that. It's all that sort of stuff is how they should do modern retro, for my opinion. So
yeah, and to be fair, like if they could do the same with a lot of other classics like they did with the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games, I'd be fucking all for it. If they were to make a new Golden Axe and it was like the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game, where it felt new, it felt comfortable, it wasn't. I'd be all over it. But I think if they was to release, say they was to release Streets of Rage 1 on the Xbox One, I think it wouldn't be as well received as it was back in the day. I think people would hate it, and I often wonder if people forget that, like how it used to feel, and try and, you know what I mean.
People forget. That's why remakes are more important when you have games that are 10 plus years older, and then some of these, like we've been talking about, bringing up 20, 30 years older, and they have to be remakes. If you just sit there and just port it over however way you do it, it just won't work as well. Like I played Turtles and I didn't use the D-pad at all.
No, I didn't
at all. And guess what? It saved my thumb. I remember those years where you just kill your thumb, have all these blisters on it because the D-pad was wearing it out, and I just had a great time. GoldenEye it's like I said. I might be just re-saying it again. It can be done. I think it will be done eventually, and the game will be changed. Yes, you will play. It'll have a multiplayer that you'll be able to use both joysticks. The shooting mechanics, if they borrow from a good shooter, I think will be. I think will be great. Same thing with not my brain goes numb. Oh yeah, Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark played. Perfect Dark was basically GoldenEye with a female character back in the day. The way it played and the story and the look of it. So if they can do Perfect Dark, I can't see why they do that. And I'm happy for it. Just to give somebody else, if they're gonna have, especially if they do multiplayer that's not Call of Duty or Battlefield, spread it out.
I've often thought about Call of Duty because you see some of the Call of Duty footage from these days, and people are moving so fast. There's so much verticality, and I often think, well, I would love to see these players go back and play rifles only Breakout from Call of Duty 2. I think they get absolutely trounced. I thought that was Call of Duty at its best for me. It was like Call of Duty 2 and 1. Rifles only on Breakout was such a fun experience. It just, I miss those days. Call of Duties don't seem to capture that magic for me anymore. I like the last Modern Warfare. I thought the 2019 Modern Warfare was great. Didn't bother playing the last two Call of Duties. It's too fast for me now. I can't keep up with it. I can't see very well anymore. My reactions are getting shit. I just don't find it fun now.
They did a Halloween mode on Warzone, not last Halloween, the one before, where it was the Battle Royale, but if you died, you came back as one of the zombies, and you could jump great distances, and when people got killed, they dropped like a purple vial, and if you picked up 3 vials, you respawned as a human and joined your team again, and that was amazing. That was so much fun to play. It's probably the best Call of Duty I've played in a long time, just pissing about with your mates, and then one of you dies and you've got to run around and murder people so that you can come back to life again. Yeah, it was excellent.
Yeah.
They need to do more shit like that.
Yeah, for sure. So that pretty much wraps up that. What else have we got to talk about? Oh, apparently Rockstar have given up on remasters of GTA 4 and Red Dead Redemption. Apparently they were planned, but they've been scrapped. You guys see that?
Yeah, basically, it's from VGC, so is it VGC or something like that? So take it with a pinch of salt. But it wouldn't surprise me because, I don't know, because like you say that, yes, the GTA remastered trilogy was terrible and buggy, but it still sold a lot, and I bet it's still selling that. I've bought it since, like a fool. You've bought it, Redders. That's 2 out of 4 here that I've definitely bought. I don't know if you guys have bought it, but
no.
Like I say, it's on sale. I picked it up cheap for like 20 quid, but the rest of it.
So is it we talking about GTA, the definitive edition?
Yeah, the trilogy. Like the reason apparently they've cancelled these Red Dead and GTA 4 remasters is because of the issues they had with that one. But
they should have developed it them fucking selves. That's the problem.
Yeah.
What annoys me about that trilogy, right, is arguably probably the most fan-requested trilogy to ever want to be remade. They had every opportunity to remake those games, put them out in a much better state. There's mods, there's fucking people on the internet that put out amazing recreations of those games who received cease and desist letters in the build-up to the definitive edition getting released. And it's one of those where Rockstar offloaded it to a different company. They didn't take on the project themselves, and it launched looking like shit. It's that simple. It looked like shit, and the fact that they handed out these cease and desist letters to modders who were making their game look better than what they were willing to put the effort in to do, I think that's bullshit. So I'm okay with them not doing very well on the trilogy because I think they absolutely dropped the ball.
Though, yeah.
You what?
You still bought the trilogy?
I did.
Afterwards.
No, I bought it. I bought it when it came out on launch, because I was sold into this whole. Oh, look at how it looks now. Look at all the lighting and shit. I got bought into that, and I was so happy to go back and play those games. GTA 3 holds a very special place in my heart because I remember, I think I was like 13 or 14. And I was still at school, and me and my brother saw a magazine that had the GTA 3 on it, and it was meant to be this new 3D world, and we got so excited for it, and we decided to get a summer job, and we worked all summer to save up enough money to buy a PS2 so we could play GTA 3. That's why GTA 3 is really special to me. And it was one of those games where I always, like even San Andreas and GTA Vice City, we would always sit down and play them together, and we'd take turns on missions. So it was time that I spent with my brother that I hold a lot of sentimental value for those games for. And I just feel like they really dropped the fucking ball. And that's a trilogy that everybody wanted, everybody asked for fucking years. I mean, I'm talking years. And they had one job and they fucking ruined it. That's my stance on it.
I just don't know if they'll actually redo it, because all they have to do is keep remaking GTA 5. And everybody buys it every freaking time. Yeah. Now, if 6 is supposed to be coming like they say, which might be 50 years from now, yes, it didn't come out like you wanted to, but they made their money off of it. You know, Rockstar's going to get their money and run. GTA 5 is going to have an ultimate whatever next gen experience, blah blah blah. Sell that, then they're going to remaster the remaster of the remaster. They come out every console. What, GTA 5 has been on what? How many new consoles now?
3 now, yeah, 3.
3.
Yeah. It's been like 10 years, hasn't it, since it came out?
Exactly.
It's making Skyrim look lazy.
Yeah, right. But people keep buying it, and that's the thing. They keep getting their bucks. They're putting it into the game. They're playing it GTA Online. I think their big thing now is keeping online going, to keep stacking them. What's the shark cards and all that stuff, to keep stacking up the money, so they can do 6. And I think even though the trilogy didn't come out the way they wanted it to, it made the money and they're done. I think they're completely satisfied with what they had. They're gonna make money on it. It's just like somebody who as long as you keep letting them punch you in the face when you're in school and you don't do anything about it, every time you come around the corner after third period, you're going to get punched in the face. Eventually, you got to say something back. Well, everybody who's buying this stuff, we're just steady getting punched in the face and saying, can I have another? Yeah. And they're enjoying it and they're counting the money. I don't see them going back. I think they're dropping that to keep the online going, see what else they can add to it, figure out the fix. And they're using 5 to keep folks, halfway satiated, because they hadn't finished 6 and it ain't came out yet. So they're going to continually milk online in 5 until 6 comes out.
And that's what makes me sad. Rockstar. I mean, Rockstar for me were always the gold standard. Like, their games came like every 3 or 4 years, but they were always solid entries into the franchises. They were the standard, and I feel like with GTA 5, they've fallen so far from grace, it's not even funny anymore. I mean, I know we got Red Dead Redemption 2. They gave up on that within 1 or 2 years. Red Dead Online dead in the fucking water. No one's playing it.
The online for the first game was so good as well. Like, considering it was bare bones, it had like options for lobbies where you didn't have lock on, so you weren't getting headshot every time you respawn, because someone would just hold the trigger and headshot you with the best gun they've unlocked, and getting griefed. And they had so many different game modes that you could play. And then the second one came out and they had deathmatch, a couple of story driven modes which never got expanded on or added to, and a couple where you could deliver mail around the thing, and it was just like next to nothing to do. And they're like, oh yeah, we're really going to put time into this, and then they just did nothing. A few cosmetics.
I would really like to know just how much money they've made off GTA 5 since it came out, like in remakes and remasters. I would love to know the overall total, because I remember when it cost $250 million to make, didn't it? GTA 5 did back in 2013, and I remember reading on the news it made $1 billion within its first week of being on sale. And you got to think.
End of March, a Business Insider suggested they'd made upwards of $6 billion from GTA 5, selling more than 110 million copies. Now, obviously, this isn't 100%.
Doesn't include the online either, probably.
Oh no, I think it does. It might not do. I've no idea. But there's no official figure, but that's like a Business Insider said, about $6 billion. billion. 6 billion for one video game.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's absolutely crazy.
No wonder they don't pump out new out. I can't blame them.
It's sad to see, because they have fallen so far from what they once were. They were the pinnacle. They were the studio that you always knew were going to put out a banger. Obviously not fucking Rockstar Ping Pong or fucking...
whoa. Rockstar Ping Pong was a great good game. Rockstar Table Tennis.
But, you think about Midnight Club. I mean, that was a fucking great racing game.
Oh,
Red Dead.
I bought that on 360 because it's such a good game, Midnight Club.
Yeah, Midnight Club was great.
I played that on the PS2 to completion. We get all the lights under the cars. Oh man, that was better than Need for Speed back in day.
Yeah,
it did State of Emergency as well, didn't it? Which was just like an over-the-top stupid game. You had hundreds of people attacking you at a time. It was fantastic. Great way to pass time.
And now you've had 2 games out of them in the last 9 years. Fucking
2 great games.
Red Dead was incredible. GTA 5 was fucking...
Yeah. GTA 5, I wouldn't mind it's lasted so long if they'd have started putting out some story content, proper story content like they originally said they were gonna, but they've scrapped that just to put in more cars and more costumes and more cars.
Buy another apartment, get a new mansion. Yeah, once you start making that kind of money, just think GTA 5 has made the combined amount of several Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Several Marvel movies, all in this one game. So when the money is there and you can kind of get away with it, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna push and get away as long as the money. Now, when the money starts drying up and they start losing eyeballs, then that's when they'll back away. That's kind of what happened with Red Dead. Not too many people were playing it because they were playing other games and GTA Online. So, I mean, it's just
I would
another way.
I'm at that point now. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, another way to look at it is Fortnite. That's not the original game. The original game is Fortnite Saves the World. This Battle Royale was an afterthought until everybody started playing with it. And guess what? They just pretty much dropped the story mode, and all they have is and now almost every studio that's under their wing is doing Fortnite now. Rockstar has fallen into that same thing.
If you got the membership in Fortnite, which is what I got, it gave you the base game for free this month, or as part of your thing. They just gave you it this month. So
they killed that off. They literally killed off Figgy mode, didn't they? Which is a shame. Save the World is not that bad.
No, it's quite fun. Yeah.
Did they actually ever finish it though? Did they actually finish the story, or did it just sort of end?
They gave up on it pretty fucking quick. It was over pretty quick.
Yeah, as soon as the Battle Royale mode started making money. Didn't it not have Battle Royale at launch? Though? I'm sure it was.
No.
It was a completely different
game. It was more like a base builder horde wave.
And then they saw PUBG. I think PUBG came out and they went, you know what?
Let's
do that.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, I wouldn't be mad at Rockstar if they were to come out this year and say, look, GTA 6 is in development, here's a trailer. I wouldn't give a fuck if that game came out in 4 years' time. At least there's something new.
Right.
Rather than, fucking GTA 5 2.0 or fucking GTA 5 milked more than your mum's titties edition.
They're gonna do it. You've got to go to a cinema in GTA Online and pay $5 of real world money to buy shark cards to watch the trailer for GTA 6. That's how they're gonna do it. It's gonna be amazing.
I'd be okay with that though.
Red Dead 2 was the second biggest grossing entertainment launch of all time, only beaten by GTA 5. So not like game, movies, everything. It did $725 million in 3 days.
Yeah.
So it's not as if they didn't have the money there to support the online for a year or two and see how it pans out. They made that in 3 days. Then they were like, within a few months, it's not going to work, this online, ditch it.
This is the fucked up thing, though.
It didn't hit the high of GTA 5, so they were like, well, let's not bother.
But this
it couldn't $1 billion in 3 days. This is
the fucked up thing, though. Like, GTA 5 cost $250 million to make. They made enough money in the first week to make fucking 3 more games. $250 million a week, $250 million each. There's no reason why we're here 9 years later playing a third iteration of fucking GTA 5. There's no excuse for that.
Shareholder profits. That's what that's called.
Bastards. And I believe that Leslie guy left as well, didn't he? Like the main guy at Rockstar, he left not long ago, a few years ago. I think they've really lost their way, and it's a fucking shame.
Yeah, Take-Two gives that money away, and then whatever shareholders, that makes share price go up, and then they pay their dividends and all that good stuff, and everybody gets that money on the side. So the money's going to the rich are getting richer, and then
and we still don't have
us peons have to just wait for the next game.
Yeah,
shocking. Right, so yeah, that pretty much wraps up all our topics. Actually, no, we've got one more. Game Pass. We got some new games coming into Game Pass this week. Ash, you take it away, because I know you're super excited about this one.
I'm going to do this shit because I've got it up in front of me. So, we have had an announcement for some awesome July Game Pass games. Now, this is probably just the first half of July, but available today, we have got Last Call BBS on PC.
Be back soon.
Which is a puzzle game. I've no idea. No, I've not seen it, but it looks quite cool. Then the Yakuza 0, Kiwami, and Kiwami 2 are back on Game Pass, which is great. Annoying that I bought them all when they left Game Pass. I picked them all up on sale just as they were leaving.
It's always the way,
and I haven't played them since they've left, so I may as well just waited and played it when it came back. But it's good to have the full Yakuza series on there, and it shows you that Sega are all in on Game Pass. Like I said, they've brought them all back, and literally Sega are really pumping stuff into Game Pass, which is great to see. Then we've got July the 7th, we have got DJ Max Respect. I don't know if it's V or 5, but it's I'm assuming it's 5 because it says it's the latest installment of a Riven game, DJ Max. So it's going to feature tracks from popular artists such as Marshmello, Porter Robinson, and Yukika. I have never heard of any of them. And cool, we're getting a rhythm game. That's really awesome. One I'm looking forward to, Matchpoint Tennis Championships. I still haven't found a tennis game I've enjoyed as much as Topspin 2 on
I love
360.
tennis games. I don't even know why I hate tennis, but I love tennis games.
I like tennis. I don't particularly enjoy watching a lot of it, but like I say, Topspin 2 is like god tier tennis game. I don't know why, I just love it. But this is another one. I'll be playing that. Like I say, it's on Game Pass, so that's really cool. And then Road 96 is coming as well, and these are all the ones I've just said are on Cloud Console and PC. And Road 96 looks awesome, looks really cool. I was literally thinking of picking it up this week in the sale, but I don't have to now. I can pick up something else. Then July 14th, we are getting a right glut of games. We've got Escape Academy on console and PC, no cloud. Basically, it's an escape room game. We have got Overwhelm for PC, action horror world platformer where enemies get power-ups and you don't. That sounds pretty cool. We have got Paw Patrol, the movie, Adventure City Calls.
I bet you can't wait for that, can you?
I've already got it, mate. I bought it on release for my kids when I saw that new movie. So, do you know what? I'm not buying any more of these games because, like, they all come to Game Pass at some point. They've got a good. It's great though. People with kids. I mean, obviously, kids will want it now at release, but it gives me hope that like the Addams Family games and stuff are going to come and to console. Mate, if a Bluey game came to console, I'd have it day one. Day one, Bluey is amazing. We've just finished.
I love that show.
We just finished watching the newest episodes of season 3 that have just come out in Australia the other day. Oh, I love that show. Granny Mobile or whatever it's called. It's an amazing episode. Watch it. It's so funny. Everyone should watch Bluey. It's good for adults and kids.
They have good stories. They have good stories on life and how you. Yeah,
makes you feel like a bad parent. Makes you feel like a bad parent though, because those parents are awesome. And I always watch it and I'm like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to be as cool as those parents. I'm going to be like all in. And I spend like 5 minutes with my kids and I'm like, I can't do this. Fuck that. They've got too much energy. I'd love to know what jobs they have though, like, because they've got a beaut house in Bluey. It's amazing. Off topic, but watch Bluey, everyone. Bring a Bluey game out. That's what we want.
You know what game I really want to see? An Archer game. Why has there not been an Archer game? Fuck 13, whatever it's called. You know, that cell shaded game. Make Archer the game. That's what I want to see.
While we're quickly off topic, while we're on about 13, they've announced they're fixing it. the remake, which came out last year or the year before,
a remake of the remake.
It had no cell shading. It was bad. I've got it. It's very bad. It has nothing the original had. It's such a bad port.
It looked like the remake models from Fortnite, like that type of design, as opposed to cell shaded. Like it looked nothing. That's what people liked about it, and they just went, we'll get rid of it.
I watched something about this, and basically they were supposed to be cell shaded. They couldn't get it to work on time, and they just thought, we'll fucking leave it out. It's fine.
It always amazed me that we never got an Archer game. Set in the same sort of style as 13, where it's all cell shaded, but it's like Splinter Cell. But you play as Archer. It'd be fucking brilliant.
But 13 was really good as well. So I'm looking forward to the remake of the remake that's coming out for free and on like next gen stuff at some point this year. I've got the disc of it. I bought it super cheap. I was like, this can't be as bad as everyone says. I've got like the deluxe ultimate version. It was like a tenner or something stupid, not even that. And it wasn't worth the money. I played like half an hour of it and was like, no. But now I'm like, yay! Hopefully it's slightly better.
That tennis game you mentioned, Match Point.
Yes.
I read somewhere earlier, and I can't remember what it is, that it only has single player unless you play online. So I've just gone on the Xbox to check, and it says local multiplayer 2 to 2 players, or online multiplayer 2 to 2 players. So it doesn't even look like you can do doubles unless they're just really confused on how it works. So I read something that it's only got a single player unless you play online, but the page is showing it has multiplayer, but only for 2 players, which is a bit shit because tennis has doubles.
I cannot play 4 players. Wii Tennis has 4 players. I mean, Mario Tennis has 4 players. I mean, there's no excuse. But I'm still going to play it, and I'm going to enjoy it.
And it has a potential alleged woman beater on the cover as well now. I mean, that's going to get a change up, surely.
Who's this?
Kyrgios.
No idea who that is.
He's the one who's been in the news all week because he was swearing at the umpire. Then he went on to
that fucking
guy was having a pad.
Yeah, I've seen him on TikTok.
Red Jordans and a red Jordan cap on, and then changed him immediately to play because you have to go onto court and play in all white, and then put him back on just to walk off again, knowing he'll get a fine. And his thing was, well, all publicity is good publicity, mate, and winked at the journalist who was asking about it. So he knew he'll get him in the papers, get headlines. Little did he know, he was about to get headlines anyway because he's now being charged and going to court next month for allegedly assaulting his ex-partner.
Oh, right. Well, then they maybe get rid of him then off the front cover.
If he knew that, he'd have solved the fine and wouldn't have wore those Jordans out on court.
That's it, yeah.
What an arsehole.
Well, he's no Tim Edman, is he? He's no Tim Edman. God.
He'll never get a fucking hill named after him.
Hey, yeah, exactly. He never got anywhere, but hey, we love him anyway.
Hill.
That's it.
We're so shit at tennis that we accepted a Scotsman as British just to say we won.
We had a Canadian. We had Greg Rosetsky for years. And he's very British. Yeah.
Andy Murray. Like he's fucking Scottish.
That's British. He's technically British.
Technically British.
Yeah. Like, do you know if Scotland ever splits from the UK, they're going to take all like the history away with them? Like, the winners. It's like, nope, they're not British anymore. Like, off we go.
Amazing.
I just feel like they're going to claim independence Scotland, and they're going to like crack all of where Hadrian's Wall is. It's just going to crack apart, and they're going to just sail off.
They're going to float off
with their asses out in the kilts, like end of Braveheart. And I just feel that's
playing the old bagpipes. It'd be a nationwide bagpipe. That's all you're going to hear across all of England's fucking bagpipes. As Scotland quietly floats off towards Alaska.
So they're going to love it. It'll be warmer for them though, I suppose. So it'll be fine.
Just be all the Welsh there, like, take us with you. Take us with you.
Don't leave us behind.
Get us away from those water-stealing bastards.
Take us in our shit language.
They can keep the bridge. Okay, just take us with you.
At least you're your own country. Even you know what I mean? Cornwall isn't. We should be.
Yeah.
Cornwall should be its own country.
Technically, Doncaster's part of Scotland still, apparently, because they gave it away as a present and they never took it back or something. So
everybody's trying to break away from Britain now, aren't they? Fucking hell.
If Scotland becomes independent, I want all the benefits of being in Scotland. I want all that free healthcare and stuff. I want everything.
If Scotland goes, there's going to be a domino effect, isn't it?
You've got free healthcare, you dick.
I want to be my own place now, so I'm off.
As long as I can get my whiskey, yeah, you're right. As long as I can get my whiskey.
If Scotland get it though, every single vote we do for anything has to be done 16 times now because it was a one-off. This is it, no more, and they're doing it again now. I mean,
they're determined, aren't they?
Yeah. Anyway, jump back on. Power Wash Simulator's coming out July 14th.
Can't wait for that. Fun. I cannot wait for that. That's my most anticipated in the whole list. I love games like that. Games that require no thought. Game where
you wash your house and everything, your car, your cat.
I'm sitting here with a fucking pile of dishes, and I can't wait to fucking power wash a house in a game. Like I was saying to Scrub Nurse before, like when I was playing House Flipper, like I needed to paint my flat. I just couldn't be asked to do it. But here I am in House Flipper, fucking virtual painting an imaginary wall. Not a problem. I was happy to do that.
Well, you don't have to sweat when you do it holding the controller.
I've got Lawnmower Simulator. I don't want to cut my own grass, but I'll happily drive around a computer-generated garden and cut it.
If I got
got dinosaurs in, so I ain't got dinosaurs in my garden. But
if when I finished painting my flat, I got an achievement thing and it said 1,000 gamer score, congratulations, you've painted your flat, I'd do it in a fucking heartbeat. Because it doesn't. I can't be asked.
If they gave you an achievement, wouldn't you?
I would.
Well, what the future will be is you'll connect the game to satellites, come back down to your lawnmower. You'll do a scan of your yard, and you'll, with your controller in the house, moving in the yard while your lawnmower is out there cutting the grass.
All the time. That'd be amazing.
There you go.
I want one of those Roombas. The Roombas should be controller based. Drive it around, hoovering everything up. Be amazing.
They do like a Roomba, but for mowing your grass now as well.
Oh my god, that's it. We're off.
Yeah,
we're off.
like
it's called a stick. Get a goat and a chain, and the goat will eat your grass in that circle. Then you move the stick, and it'll eat it in the next circle. So I think we've killed Redders. Redders has gone. He's got that excited. He's just had an explosion over excitement over what you call it. Power Wash Simulator. But we're going to get to the best game being added to Game Pass on July the 14th. Game of the year, my friend Peppa Pig. Cloud console and PC. So, I can't wait for this because, it's the best game ever. We covered it. We did a review of it on the channel when it first came out. And this game has more story DLC than Halo Infinite. So, I mean, that is why it's Game of the Year. It has a full DLC additional content of actual story mode.
Halo Infinite Red Dead 2 as well.
Every game's got more fucking content than Halo 5. Infinite.
So what can you say? Amazing. Play it. Do you know what? Don't play it. It's not a good game. I'm not gonna lie. Even your kids will get bored of it quickly. It's like watching an episode of Peppa Pig, but every time you click on something, it repeats the same unskippable sort of loop. So you have to don't ever double clip it. But still, it's got more DLC than Halo. It's got more DLC for story than Red Dead, GTA 5. It's a behemoth. So, and it's got a next gen only patch as well. It's optimized for Series X and S. Peppa Pig, my friend.
Oh, right.
Oh, wow.
Optimized for Series X and S with probably 4K and 60
It's alarming how fucking over the moon you look whilst talking about the Peppa Pig game.
Hey, the fact it just lets me dig into Halo that little bit more every now and again, because until they it didn't have a beta test for co-op. Do you know what I mean? It just slapped out some DLC for you to play, and it's about being on.
I've noticed since you started taking shits at Halo, since you started taking shots at Halo, I'm just watching Ginna and he looks absolutely fucking soul destroyed whilst you look over the moon about Peppa Pig.
It's cutting him deep. It's cutting him deep.
Does Peppa have co-op play or is it just single player?
No, it's a single player narrative experience.
Incomplete. No Forge, no game.
It didn't promise Forge. It didn't promise that. It delivered everything it said.
Jinna was looking at you then like you just snuck into his house on Christmas and shit on his presents. That's the kind of look he had on his face.
I played Halo for the first time in 2-3 weeks because I haven't been on it for a while during the game. I switched it on. I played an hour or so and I was getting like 24 kills to 8 deaths and stuff and absolutely battering people. And then I realized I don't think anyone who played it at the beginning is still playing it now. So then I just kind of turned it off and went on to Fall Guys.
I caught that part when you were on Halo. That's when I turned it on. I was watching you play Halo, and
it was like, if only I was watching you play Peppa Pig, which is so much better than this shit Halo.
I was carrying my teammates who were all in the negative.
Are you sure you're not playing against bots because the servers are dead?
Hey, we did good. We did good on that. We won most of the games. We won some 50-30, I had 24 kills, and then the rest of the team had like 8 or 9 each.
I bet he's playing against bots. I bet that's what it is.
It all depends on what time of the day you played. I think Halo was in the middle of the day. If he would have played at nighttime, it would have been a lot harder.
Gotta pick your moments.
I'll pick you when the bots are off.
Yeah.
I don't get what I think all multiplayer games should fill all the servers up with bots, to be fair. So at least it's the full servers, you know what I mean?
I'm a weird one, though, because I fucking hate multiplayer games. I can't stand them. I go out of my way to avoid multiplayer games, but I won't play a fucking multiplayer game if it's full of bots. I want to play against players. I'm one of those.
If you don't like multiplayer, I've got a good game for you, right? Single player only. It's got story content. It's on Game Pass.
Peppa Pig.
Next gen up, say, Peppa Pig, mate. Peppa Pig.
Easy achievements. I might play it, you know. It's got easy achievements, so.
It's about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, apparently for the full 1,000
I need to pad those numbers. I need to do a Slayer and start playing shit for
hour and a half. Yeah, that's easy. There you go. It's easier than playing Turtles. Yeah,
I spent that
slow. It's a slow slog. It's a long slog. I mean, if your kid likes Peppa Pig, they're gonna love it because it's like got all the voice characters and stuff. And you basically met like a little. I was watching my daughter play it, and she quite enjoyed it, but it was still a bit young for her. But you sort of make your own little character, and then it's like you're in an episode, and you're like, "Fuck me."
I just can't get enough of look at Jinna's face when you're talking about Peppa Pig. It's hilarious.
He's conflicted though because he loves Peppa Pig World, so he's sort of conflicted between like his two loves, Peppa Pig and Halo, and he doesn't know like.
Well, my daughter's just decided she wants to sell all her Peppa Pig stuff that we bought her over the last few years, and she bought last time we went there, and she wants to buy a Gabby's dollhouse instead with the money if she sells it, which is terrible because the game's now come to Game Pass, and she won't want to watch me play it because she's now done, and it means I won't get to go to Peppa Pig World again. She won't be asking to go there. So
you'll go on your own, but you'll get escorted out. So.
I'll leave the trench coat. Yeah.
He'll go on his own and he'll just snatch a random child anytime he sees a member of staff. Like, hey, come here. You with me now?
Oh man! It was like that. He was right into Blaze, and I bought him the Blaze game just after he stopped being into Blaze, and I was like, so.
Yes, man. Kids change their mind real fast on what they're into. My daughter used to love Dougie, and I loved watching over. And then one day she's like, I don't like Dougie, and she just doesn't watch it anymore. And it's like, oh, I miss it. Come on, just start watching it again for me.
My kids have started watching Danger Mouse, which is awful as well. Bluey, I can watch Bluey, but what is it? My son loves SpongeBob. I'm all down for that. I'll watch SpongeBob all day. But
bit of
Danger Mouse. What is the one my daughter was watching? And I was watching it too intently. What was it called? Something about they're like, it's on Netflix, something high or something like that. They're like fashion designer school they've got big fat heads. Rainbow High. My daughter was watching that, and I got invested in that first episode. That's like an hour long, and then the girl, she sneaks in and takes some photos, and she gets expelled. And I was like, oh my god, what's going to happen next? Better than Stranger Things, actually. I tell you, it's amazing, so deep.
Perfect Landing, my daughter's into.
I should tell.
Yeah, Perfect
Blasphemy.
Landing. Gymnasts in Toronto.
What's that koala one? Koala, whatever. There's some koala sanctuary thing. They were watching that as well with some random lass that goes around saving koala bears. But hey, whatever. Kids. I always think when I was a kid, it was like Rugrats and Recess and then Biker Mice from Mars and stuff.
Yeah.
Kids these days just don't like anything. anything.
I'll tell you what.
Well, kids these days, it's all instant. They can watch everything right now. I mean, when I was a little kid and you watched G.I. Joe and it was a 6-part episode, it took you a month and a half to figure out what happened at the very end. I mean, you had to watch every day. You know, there was no recording. There was no DVR. I mean, you had to literally wake up at 6:30 in the morning before school, be completely ready, watch G.I. Joe, and then and then catch Transformers if you could before you walk to the bus stop. I mean, especially when Cobra had Serpentor in there, and that whole saga. If y'all don't know about that, that's like the GOAT right now.
I'll tell you what, kids these days will never know how amazing Saturday morning television was for kids.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely incredible over here.
SMTV Live was just the best thing ever.
Yeah. Wonky Donkey.
Rugrats, Recess.
Like, I apologise for this because you're going to be like, what the fuck are you on about, SMTV?
I have no clue, but I understand what it is.
And then Cat Dealey in your mornings. It was amazing stuff.
Yeah,
I keep trying to get my kids on stuff. I've got all the original Sonic TV shows. I've got Recess. I've got Cat Dog. I've got Johnny Bravo and all those, and all the Biker Mice from Mars. But
they had such amazing toys, didn't they? Do you remember that? And the shark ones. I can't remember the name of the shark ones.
What, the ones on the bike?
Yeah.
Oh, shark. What are they called? That Street Sharks.
Street Sharks.
They were like sharks that wore like leather.
The toys.
They wore jeans and wore motorbikes.
Yeah, I remember those. It just makes me feel old when y'all get nostalgic about these shows. I'm like, God, I think I was in high school.
I mean, fucking toys back then didn't come with choking warnings. They came with things you could choke on. It was fucking great. The toys back then were so cool. Flip head Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where you press the button on their belly and their heads flip. Do you remember those things? Power Rangers. Yes. Oh my, proper Power Rangers, not the shit you get today.
Had the original Ninja Turtles with the squishy heads that would come off. They're worth so much money now. I wish I still had them.
Oh, I had the van. I had the submarine.
Yes.
The turtle submarine. And I used to put it in the bath as a kid, and it just fucking let water. And I was like, "This is a fucking submarine. It's leaking."
Picture this.
I had all of them, and I sold them all like an idiot. I also had like all of the WWF wrestlers. You know, when they had the blue ring. They only went like that and up and down like that. Oh,
2 points of articulation.
That
was it.
You squeeze their legs together and they do this.
No, you didn't even squeeze the legs. You didn't have out. They had
down the neck with
they had a flip in
like that. Oh, amazing. They don't make toys like you.
The great thing about Turtles, every level I was like, wait a second, I had that one and I had that one. And had that one. The one thing I wait, just because I'm so glad that this is in seasons, is the only player, because you got Casey Jones. If you beat it one playthrough, at the very end you got Casey Jones. I'm waiting for some kind of DLC or something so I can play as Usagi Yojimbo, and then I'm good. Y'all remember? You remember him? The rabbit.
I'll tell you what I want to see.
I think it's coming. I think it's been so popular. I think they'd be silly not to. If they get some characters in cheap, even if it's like $2-3 quid a character now, while it's in Game Pass, people are going to buy it because I'm not paying for the game as such right now. I'll definitely buy some content and new characters. So even if they just bring like one level out at a time.
I'll tell you what. Here's what you do. Bring in a new character, $3.99 for the character, and then achievements where level the character to level 10, make it all the way through the story mode with the player fucking character on hard, or just some easy chievies that you can spend some time in.
Don't have to like 3 achievements per character.
Here's what I want to see. Fuck Gotham Knights. Make a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game like Gotham Knights, where you control the turtles in a massive open world. It'd be fucking amazing, man. Nickelodeon are dropping the ball when it comes to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
What you know about? They're in that Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, which is amazing.
Yeah, but
what more do you want?
That's so much
Jimmy Neutron's dad in it.
No one cares about Jimmy Neutron's dad.
They do. The internet cares about Jimmy Neutron's dad. My good sir.
Anyway, we've really gone off topic.
Any of you ever see SWAT Cats?
No.
SWAT Cats.
It was on IMDb. I'm just checking now because I was like, I do remember this program. It existed, and I just looked it up. And it's exactly like I remember. It's an 8.5 on IMDb. which is pretty high. They only ever did 2.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah, I'm having a look at it. Yeah, I do. I don't think I watched a lot of it.
Oh, good. They only did 2 series. It was fantastic.
Do you remember The Girl from Tomorrow?
Again, I might binge it.
Do you remember that TV series called The Girl from Tomorrow? She used to wear a headband.
I remember SWAT Cats. Yeah, I just pulled up a picture. Yeah,
yeah. I don't remember watching The Girl from Tomorrow.
I used to watch that. That was pretty good. And there was that Australian one that I can't remember the fucking name of.
Round the Twist.
Round the Twist. That's the one.
Have you ever felt like this? Strange
things happening. Are you going round the twist? That was such a good show.
Oh
my god! They don't make them like they used to. Yeah. Things were different back in my day.
I keep ripping stuff off YouTube. I download all because you can't get them on DVD. You can't watch them anywhere. The people that upload classic kids TV to YouTube, you guys are gods, and I keep saving them because like you never know when it's going to disappear. Timmy says, "You remember Thunderbirds of Stingray?" Yeah. Yes, I do.
And Captain Scarlet. Remember Captain Scarlet?
Scarlet.
Such good television. I was having this argument a few years ago because I was. Oh, where's Scrapnose gone?
Oh. He's sick of this shit.
He is.
Sick of this shit.
He's had enough. He's fucked off. He's like, I'm done with these Brits.
Captain Scarlet was his limit. It's like, I'm not taking this puppet shit. I'm gone.
Yeah, I was having this argument a couple of years ago because like I think we were in a shop and I was with a mate of mine and we were looking at the toy department because I feel like if you go to a shop and you look at the toy department and you feel nothing, you are officially dead inside and old. That's how I feel. That's why I love Funko Pops and shit. And we were looking at like toys for today, and it's shit like Iggle Piggle from In the Night Garden. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? It would be more insulting if they come on TV and just put a public service announcement saying we think your child is stupid. Here, let them watch this. Like
have you watched In the Night Garden?
No.
That shit is like crack for kids. Like if you want your child to just shut up and go to sleep, you put that on, and no matter what they're doing,
it's like you're on acid watching it.
Days, yeah. Like I'd love to watch that high as a kite or pissed as a fart because it's amazing. It doesn't make any sense. There's like the only thing I remember is that like there's an episode where there's like this water shooting out the floor, and he keeps putting his foot on it, and then it shoots out somewhere else. And then they follow it around.
They live in the houses, and then there's the Ninky Nonks and all the other things.
Upsy Daisy, the Ninky Nonk and stuff. Yeah, it's amazing. Oh, mate, you've got to watch an episode. See if it's on YouTube and watch an episode.
I don't want to.
It's amazing. You'll have never had such a trip in your life.
It will never be as cool as Thundercats or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, it's not cool. It's just amazing. You've got to watch it.
We have gone so far off topic. It's not even funny.
I think it's time to wrap up, isn't it? 10:10.
It is time to wrap up. I'll tell you what. Before we go, Scrub Nurse, just take a few minutes just to let everybody know where they can find you. Cool, Scrub Nurse. What happened?
He's lit up a blunt and he's fucking watching In the Night Garden. He's off. He's done that.
This podcast, as always, is all filler and no killer.
Yeah. Oh man, Teletubbies, that kid in this kid in the sky, that's Sauron, isn't it? Really, we all know it is.
Yeah, it is. And what the fuck's with the Hoover that sucks up custard? Like what is that all about?
Nunu. Is it Nunu?
Do you remember Rosie and Jim? Do you remember Rosie and Jim?
Yeah. Rosie and Jim.
I have a friend called Rosie.
Off in a biscuit tin.
I have a friend called Rosie who's got a brother called Jim, and apparently they were actually named after Rosie and Jim.
That's
amazing.
Can you imagine being named after Rosie and Jim?
I think that's great. And there's do you remember Brum, the TV series Brum?
Oh, with the car that just watches. Yeah, is he back? We've got off topic talking about kids.
Where can we find you?
Yeah,
go outside. Is it?
I had groceries delivered. The doorbell rang, so I had to go run and get those. Something like that.
We're like, Scrub Nurse, let me know where you are, and then you were gone. Amazing. So, yeah,
it's like, screw this, I'm done.
These Brits are getting on my tits. He's off. So yeah, we're gonna take just a few minutes just so you can let everybody know where they can find you and stuff.
Yeah. I appreciate y'all asking me on, and everybody could deal with my very southern drawl American accent. Congratulations to all of you for listening through that. You can find me on Xbox if you want to play along multiplayer games, like different things of that nature. You can find me at Scrub Space Nurse. So not the word space, but Scrub Space then Nurse. Also. Scrub Nurse 3 on Twitter. I usually there hang out with people. I do more of liking and retweeting than my own, but I love to get on there, check out what everybody's doing, and then you'll get a lot of news at the same time. Also, I'm going to get back to starting a stream on my Twitch, which is Scrub_Space Nurse, and on there, usually, like I said, 3 or 4 times a week. I'm hanging out there with my friends. We're going to sit there playing Call of Duty most of the time. I love to go pew pew. I am in America, so we love our guns, and I have plenty of them. So that's what I like to do in my spare time. Video games, go to the gun range. And then also on Sundays, Good Morning Xbox. It was on Noof Nukem's channel. And now, for right now, since he's on hiatus, it's on Axel 1324 Gaming's channel. So a lot of people have asked and request, where can we find you? It's on Axel 1324 channel, and we're there, and we're getting the crew back together. We're getting our subs up and everything. So if you want to hear us talk on Sunday, have a good time. We got a great panel mix of people and different ideas and topics, so it's not a bunch of everybody believes the same thing and everybody, this game's great, yes I believe it's great too, yes I believe it's great too. So sometimes it gets a little tiffy depending on what game we're talking about, so we love to have fun there. And then also, if you have time, once we're back up streaming and everything, please check out Gaming Beyond the Box. With Wilmy Hood and the crew. Been hanging out with them for a long time. Used to be on the podcast all the time, but just my schedule now, because I am a drummer, so different days I am playing gigs and playing different bars where I have it's almost a weekly gig. So I'm part of the house band, so I play every week. So I can't podcast every time I want to on Wednesdays. So just having fun, play my music, play video games, and it's a great time. So I just glad to get to hang out with you. The time you guys have, and that's 2 p.m. here, Central Time in America. So that's chill. If y'all ever just wanted another person to throw on, just let me know, because I bounce around with my schedule. Been a great time.
I'll tell you what, man, it's been really cool to have you on. I always love getting you Americans on. I know it's a lot more difficult because, like, obviously time zones. But yeah, next week we've got Cool Cat Terry on as part of our swap with Good Morning Xbox. At the moment, we seem to be sharing panel members.
Events.
Oh yeah, and she has very strong opinions that I love to hear.
Yeah.
So Good Morning Xbox is on 2:00 in the afternoon here in the UK.
Yeah.
On a Sunday, so for me, it's the perfect after dinner washing the dishes show. I put it on my Ryu controller holder. And then I just stand there. My wife's like, "Why is it taking you so long to do the dishes?" And I'm there just watching along, drying my hands so I can type a comment, and then back to washing the dishes.
Yeah, that's a perfect time for you guys. Usually I'm getting up around 6:30 in the morning trying to down some coffee to wake up. So I'm glad 2:00 is a good time to sit and watch. Axel put in the chat, who's coming to the podcast next? So
Ash really wants to. Thank you, Ash. I would love to, but I'm worried that I'm not very family friendly. I'm very fuck this, fuck that. I could try and wind that in a bit, I suppose. But yeah, Ash, you're going to be appearing on there soon, aren't you?
Hey, if they want me on, I'm happy to go on. Yeah.
Ash is always upset because he never gets invited on the podcast. So here's your opportunity, Ash.
I was on another one on Friday, wasn't I? I didn't come on our own show last week, but I was on the guest on the show last week. So
Yeah,
come on.
Last Sunday, but it was more the corpse of me was on the show.
That was pretty funny, to be fair. You looked fucking horrendous.
I felt it.
Yeah, I'm surprised you made it. That was awesome.
It was good to be on. I really enjoyed it. Like I always enjoy being on podcasts with Paul. I find him really funny.
Paul's excellent.
He doesn't need to be half the time. He just makes me giggle inside, like when he talks.
I love Paul. He's such a good dude.
And Axel's really cool as well.
Yeah,
he's a cool guy.
So yeah, that pretty much wraps up the show. You can find me, Ginna, and Ash around the Xbox Party Podcast YouTube channel. Ginna, you streaming this week?
Potentially.
He will be.
I'm off to Italy Thursday for a week.
What a letdown.
So I'm not on with Terry next week, which is a shame because I enjoy being on GMX with her.
What a fucking letdown.
So I'm going to call it from now.
I'll tell you what, I'm getting to the point now where I don't know why we keep you around. You're never here.
When I am here, though, the show gets 40% better looking. So that's why I'm here.
That's debatable.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh.
Yeah, you can find us around the XBL Party Podcast YouTube channel and Twitter and stuff. But for now, that has been episode 21 of the Xbox Live Party Podcast UK. I've been your host, Redders TV. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week for the next one. All the best. See you in a bit.
See you later.
Nothing's better than Halo.